watching. He's on XP. The cap is going down. It's getting melted by the buildings here. The longbows are still standing and doing damage.
Does he have enough steam though? I think
There's not enough
running out though.
Yeah.
Ethan Bowman, 1.5 fire rate once again, coming up Trump, being king here, and just even though
drag boxing the Naginatas forward, the Coyotes are trying to move, and the Atoan, he drag boxed the wrong direction, and now the Atoans are getting snared by the. Oh my
Nagis
goodness!
are shredding this right now, and it doesn't look like he's got.
11s.
I don't see any of the pikes. Where's the pikes on this fight? The Nagis are just cleaning this entire mass up. Coyotes are falling. You got the Ashes getting buffed by the Dynamo. They've got Ashy attacking. They're absolutely shredding everything here. Yumi don't even need to micro this at this point.
He's going to have to sack off his Ruskies. He has to come to melee here.
Yes.
I don't think he can continue keep microing. Well, he's going to try, wait for reinforcements and try to make it to his blockhouses. The question is, how much damage will he going to be taking? This is nice micro from Ungas, but you know, the Atontans just have to attack move here. And 1.5 fire rate, they do have a staff animation. And the Tontins are absolutely insane, but he has drawn him into the double blockhouse. Now fighting under the double blockhouse. The question is it going to be enough?
Muskets are a little behind here. The Cossacks are now getting snared by the Pumas and the Coyotes. The Explorer is now in with the triple XP tech. Some warriors are mixing. The Atoan's doing absolutely insane amount of damage. He's on plus 36%. Look at him on the attack. That's plus 36%. And he's just
Coyotes on the Strelets.
Blockhouses are actually doing decent damage here. The Coyotes are kind of going down. The Spears are now trying to move in towards the front, and it's actually a decent fight, I think, for Tabin.
Pretty good fight for Tabin, but you know, there's not very many Cossacks. He's letting a lot of these Coyotes and Pumas kind of shred his Strelets a bit. Finally getting his Cossacks where they want to be on the Slingers, and gonna be cleaning up.
Here, the ESOCs are out of position. The Carolinians as well, and the ESOCs are gonna go up top. Oh, the tree carrying here. The tree is for Sweden, and there you go. We can see some damage here. The ESOCs, all the ESOCs are dead. That's quite a lot of mass. The ESOCs coming back from their raid. Nah, GG. Optimus, his mass is getting completely clean with the ESOCs. That's gonna be a big snare right there, and there is no way those Carolinians are gonna come out alive.
Maybe should be able to swing this water fight. Yeah, it's so the micro here is so intense. Get in, get back in. Will the Yumi have a chance to snipe him? Look at the ship is at 62 HP.
Oh! Frontline, what a god!
Oh no! Oh my god! Oh my gosh, it was insane, and that's GG. Wow, those galleys have such low HP.
What is up, guys? Welcome to another ESOC stream. My name's Harrison, and we are ready for a fantastic series today between Lionheart and Kevin. Yeah, there you go. I see my beautiful chubby cheeks face on the screen. I'm joined today on the co-casting. I should say, I'm the co-caster, it looks like, and our main caster, going to be leading the whole cast, is Chosen. Welcome, Chosen.
How's it going, Harrison? I'm looking forward to it. There's some pretty prominent figures in the ESOC community. I'm hoping for some good games.
Yes,
I
have a rule where I only co-cast with people who have beaten me in the combats of Age of Empires 3 ladder, and Chosen, you have beaten me recently.
Yeah, that was it was a good game. Gotta send some shipments I don't normally do though to beat you. So.
Oh my god. I think it's time for Kitty Cat stream.
Oh.
Hashtag professional. Everybody. You got a cat with me today.
I'll have the mustache back. It'll be back, Chloe. Don't worry. All right, who's the betting favorite right now? Kevin is the betting favorite. Guys, you're getting 3-1 odds if you vote for Lionheart. Make sure to get your predictions in. Ooh. Yuki Eddie just subscribed. Thank you for the subscription. 7 months. Hope to see you next month. Thank you for the subscription.
God, this is so annoying having a cat. I was like, meow, want to leave. Now it's coming back for some more. So, I think it's cute. I think it has a lot to the screen. Hey, booby. So that's kind of keep it company, but that won't. Once the game hits the fan, once we get going, it should be fine. But it's quite cute to have cat stream. You've seen my stream the last couple of days. You've seen it play a part. It's actually looking to come back. Come on. Yeah, come on, boy. Yeah.
So we've got game 1, Great Plains. It looks like Kevin's going to be going Malta, and then one of the main squeezes for Lionheart right off the get-go, we're going to be seeing Spain. So, what do you think about that matchup?
That's a horrible matchup for Malta. Can we just chalk this as 1-0 Lionheart straight away? I don't know why Kevin's got this tournament obsession with Malta. Yeah, he might. If he can put it off, I'll buy a baguette off him. I'll suck his toes. I'll shake his hand. But it's just a risk you don't need to take in a series like this, I don't think.
I mean, I guess we'll see. Kevin, he's able to pull off some pretty crazy stuff, but especially with Lionheart, one of his best civs being Spain, I'm interested to see kind of what we're gonna have going here.
Yeah. So if I was playing Malta in this situation as Kevin, I think you'd stay H2 quite long. You'd try and go double Musk, maybe add in fire throws on trip to Jerusalem or some coin. I've now been joined by the kitty cat. Welcome to the stream, cat. You are now our third caster. What do you think of the Malta versus Spain matchup? Meow, 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 meow. That's what I thought.
Pretty insightful commentary.
I mean, that is already better than half the people we have in the community. So I'm promoting the cat to chief caster.
Oh my goodness. We're gonna get fired, Harrison. We're never gonna be allowed back onto the stream. Except for your cat. Your cat's gonna be able to be back on.
I mean, we'll talk more specifically in the game. But Malta is one of those civs you kind of have to hold the pressure. The problem is versus a player like Lion, if you expect to be attacked early, which Lionheart tends to like going late with revolts, if you over-prepare for the rush, you might be way behind a Spanish boom if he kind of goes greedy and hides what he wants to do. You kind of have to be the reactive as Malta, and if you can get on the front foot by staying late H2, then that's a benefit, but it requires perfect play from Kevin just to compete, I think.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see. I mean, it'll be on Great Plains, so it's about as standard as you can get for a map. You can do just about anything besides go water, so it'll be interesting to see what Kevin tries to pull off. If he can, definitely it would be a civ upset for sure. Josh, I think it's about time. Do you want to do the map intro? Because no one's ever seen Great Plains before.
If Josh searched for all non-ranked games, he might find it faster. You gonna sit in my lap, cat, or not?
The Great Plains is a broad extense of flatland that stretches through much of western North America. It is home to large herds of bison and a trade route with 3 trading post sites. Players will want to control the center of the map for its abundant food, but be aware that wood and coin are more prevalent along the map's edges.
All right, Harrison, you want to introduce the players?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another casted game. We're in the ESOC Spring Championship 25, round of 32, best of 7 today between Kevin and Lionheart. Game number 1. We're on the Great Plains. Kevin is playing as the Maltese civilization spawning down to the southwest in the color blue. Opponent today going to be Lionheart, playing as the Spanish in the northeast in the color red. Now, these two players are the two of the fans' favorites, community sweethearts. Everybody loves these two players. Maybe Lionheart just a little bit more, our favorite content creator. They're good friends off stream, good friends on stream. and I'm expecting some really spicy competitive games. Kevin edges it slightly on Elo, however, when you're up against Lionheart's non-standard gameplay, Elo kind of doesn't really matter, and it's up to see how Kevin can best adapt to the strategy what Lion throws out. I'm joined on the co-cast and mic for this best of 7 today with Chosen. Welcome, Chosen. How you doing?
Doing good, doing good. I'm really excited to see what these boys pull out. The unique builds, all the good stuff, the standard builds, you know, everything. It's pretty impressive just to see where the game's been. I remember the first ESOC game I ever watched was, I believe, Snow versus Kinesi in either the winter or fall championship of, I think, 2017. That was the first ESOC thing I'd ever watched, the first AoE 3 thing I had really ever watched, and it's crazy to see where the game's gone, you know, from going to DE to all the updates and whatnot, and we're still seeing Spain played to this day. It's crazy.
Back when I started watching ESOC TV, it would have been in its inception, 2015, and that year I was actually in Australia. So, a bit of a strange one, where our fantastic producer, our ESOC maestro Joss is from. That was a good 10 years ago, or 9.
Ooh, the treasure contest? Spain, you're getting the Pokemon army already? Sorry, interrupted you. Go ahead.
Are you calling the Iroquois Tomahawk a Pokemon? Are you calling it a beast? An animal not worthy of a human soldier?
I was not going there.
Yeah, so it's interesting that for a Sid which can't really convert any Guardians, you start with the War Dog with the Spanish Explorer and Spanish bonus, you can train more. Converting a native warrior means you have more firepower in Age 1, and what we'd probably see now is Spain able to take the mid-map treasure. He's going straight for this treasure. I think it's a 40 XP, 40% HP. Oh, two cows. Oh, guys, look!
Way
It's
off.
Redback's mum and Shake's sister. Hello, guys. What are they doing together on the Great Plains? We will never know. Back of that wagon, hiding away from the 3 wolves, but Lionheart's the savior, rescuing them. What a gentleman.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see when he decides to eat those cows, if he just lets them sit for a little bit, or if he just goes right in to get that extra food bump.
While the players are aging up, let's have a quick look at both players' deck. We'll start off with, start off with Lionheart. He's probably aging up a little bit ahead of Kevin. Our players go on the front foot, and what's that deck name? Harrison's ago. God damn it, Lionheart! You knew I was casting, and you've come here with the banter. I love it. So this deck, pay attention. There is no Rodolero combat in Age 3. There's no Rod HP in Age 2. There's no Cav combat in Age 3. There's the 2 Haciendas, the fort. There's no new ways. This is the playstyle that Lion likes to do to Spain. Age up to the 3rd age. Drop a fort. Try and defend with falconets. Get away with sending 2 Haciendas and spam soldados. That is his game plan. And from there, maybe Stage 3, maybe go to the 4th age, get guards, soldados, and maybe later revolts to the 4th age. Looking at Kevin's deck, and he's gone for a full Maltese infantry army instead of archaic army. I find that quite interesting. He has 9 Sentinels, 9 Hoop Throwers, fantastic cards. He also has the Sentinel upgrade in the 4th age, the Fire Thrower upgrade in the 4th age, Rocketry, has a Maltese infantry combat in the 3rd age, so he's really committing to Musks, Dops, Fire Throws, and Siege, and that's a place that I've seen Kevin a lot. He likes that 4 Falconet shipment. He's not a massive fan of outpost spam, not a massive fan of fixed guns, not a massive fan of depots, so unfortunately I don't think we'll be seeing those triple doinks this game, but he has been experimenting, he has been trying out the fixed guns.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to play Malta and not be a fan of building a lot of buildings, but somehow Kevin makes it work. You know, generally it's just like building Tycoon or something when you're playing against Malta. It always seems like they have 25 fixed guns by minute 7, but we'll see what happens. Very interesting. It's already building a depot, and the Explorer's about to go down.
Yeah,
we see Spain is about to click up. Pretty standard time there.
Yeah, the general idea with what Malta's trying to do is if you can scatter the middle map with depots, you force your aggressive opponents to kind of push wide with their 4 buildings or go through and clear out the depots mid-map. But Kevin dropped the depot before he knew where the outpost wagon was. That is a slight misplay from Kevin because Lion just saw a depot and thought, I'm just going to move my outpost just to the side away from it. And it's kind of taken that depot out of the game. Any unit spawning will be spawning from the outpost. The outpost there is threatening aggression. That's the important. It's threatening aggression. I reckon Lionheart's still going to be playing defensive. He's got barracks at home. He's training musks. He's forced Kevin into training sentinels already. And yes, he has gone for German tongue, but he's had to go for 700 wood here. He hasn't been able to get away with Wickham Court. And follow up now with 5 sentinels. Kevin is kind of fully on the right. I've got away with a greedy card. I need to deal with this, otherwise I might just lose if he goes aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, Lion's about to be up. I mean, how close are we? Like 5 seconds here? No, okay.
No.
It's gonna be a little bit longer. Sorry, I forgot that he didn't have fast stage. I'm a little slow.
Spain do not have the fast age up, and they typically get like 7:15, 7:30 age up. And Lion's aged 18 Vil standard, has 1 in queue. Notice he's not going for 5 Vil in transition. I think he's just
push time. This is about the time to do it. There aren't going to be many musks on the field, but with the Explorer and maybe the Tomahawk, maybe they can push it back a little bit with the help of the outpost. He is going to get pushed back, but the depot is going down. That's kind of where you want the depot.
It is, but this is what I talk about of the what Lionheart, what Kevin's done is kind of force this response, and the Hussars go forward. He'll kill the
depot doesn't even
gets
go
complete.
down.
That's actually really lucky. That's been taken out. I think he wants to try and delete that depot before it does get built. A depot under construction does not offer any defensive bonuses, so it's safe to take it down. And look at this one. Lionheart is going 2 Falconets first. He's still training more Musketeers, and this is that threat that Kevin was unsure whether Lion would be defensive or offensive. He's now having to kind of deal with the units. Lionheart trying to clear out this depot, but he's got Falconets coming. He should wait for the Falconets, because if he loses any HP here, it's going to be a bit of a blunder. Depot's going, but he's going to get away. Good micro there from Lion.
Oh, but he does receive some small amount of splash damage. Falconets are in. I think this is about go time.
I love how Lion in his first round 64 and some of the games before on the ladder has been playing Spain, just playing Hacienda, Revolt, even taking the same deck, and Kevin's thinking, oh, do I go for it? Because we kind of fell for this, and Lion's going classic aggressive here. Must Huss with Falconet. Hussars can come out here from the commandery.
Good
Must
surround.
moves back and blocks them off.
1 Falcon about to go down. Oh, but there's still 1 Falc, super high HP. This is not looking good for Kevin. Oh.
It's okay though.
my
The
goodness.
Musketeers from Spain are still age 2, but Lance ship behind is very brutal to deal with, and the 1 Falcon is still alive. The fact, I
What
just
do you
lost
do?
all the
Is Kevin
sentinels
aging
there.
up behind this? What is the response? You see age 3 Musk coming in. The Lancers are getting on some Vils.
Yeah, so Kevin has to really stay age 2 and try and get as much stuff out as possible. But it's really hard now that the commander's gone down. He's probably got 2 barracks. He probably only has 1 barracks at the moment. And what the problem is, yeah, those 5 Lancers on top
They
of
just
the
don't. This is not looking good for Kevin. He is kind of wasting his cav there, though. It's all going down to TC fire.
Yeah, so what Kevin's trying to do, Lion's trying to do is trade off his units as much as possible. As soon as Kevin gets 5 out, he wants to take him down. He does not want to let Kevin get some massive units. He knows that Kevin's eco is strong, and Lionheart is all about the tempo at the moment, so anything he can trade, he will aggressively trade off, and as a result, Kevin's currently got 0 units, maybe 1 production of Sentinels, and that's it. There's still a Falconet on the field here from Lionheart, keeping it away from the town centre. Lionheart playing very, very well.
I would be interested to see how much longer this game goes. Do you see any way that Kevin can come back from this? They're just
But there's
no
always
units.
a chance
He's stuck in
chosen when
H2.
when you have your market and you have your great coats, you have your blunderbuss, and you have your high HP settler wagons, there's always a way back in.
That
and
is true.
We believe for Kevin, but without any depot support and stuck in H2 with no fixed guns, no H3 order units, no real commandery mass, it's gonna be, well, it's kind of hit the button time already, I would say, but there may be an opportunity with 700 coin. But he's only on 1 racks as well, it's quite tough.
Over 500 wood worth of buildings have already gone down. He's about to be popped, if he isn't already. And units just keep on streaming in from Lionheart. He is trying to get an age off Malta. It looks to be the case. We will see if he's able to get it off.
Nah, but
What
it
do you
doesn't work
even
though.
send when you get up?
It's not the problem because you age slow. There is no fast age for multi unless you spend a card to age fast. I mean, you've just ruined your plan to age fast because you got nothing to send in the next age. And Hassan's going back from the back. Vill's out trying to gather all into the DC, and a couple of Vill kills going down here. And Minutemen only now coming out from Kevin. That's disappointing. Those Minutemen are so good in early fights. Depot coming up. Maybe
coming up.
Instantaneous boom. Maybe instantaneous boom. That could take down Lion's army. That could be the breather. Depot is up. He's going to press the button. I think Lion's aware of the facts, though. He's aware of the threats and going to manage this accordingly.
That was a decent fight, though. About as good as you could have gotten if you're Kevin. But looking at the score, 5,000 difference, age up difference. Be interesting to see what Kevin can do, what he tries to do.
I love how Lionheart he's taken it super serious, as you should do in a tournament game. It's fantastic to see. That Falconet is still alive. He is not interested in getting anywhere near that town centre. He's happy just run around circles, siege some buildings from a distance, and try and maintain that fantastic 300 siege attack versus infantry. And the Sentinels can't get close. They can't take pot shots. They can't trade. They know if they get close to that Falconet, they're going to get blown to smithereens. And, you know, Lion with this now 12 pike shipment, there's so much siege pressure here. And Kevin's between a rock and a hard place. He wants to try and poke in, pick off units when he can, but he can't because there's a Falconet covering Lion's army.
I would have liked to have seen Lion make a healer, a priest or whatever, to heal his Falconet all the way back up to 100. I mean, he has the wood to just make a church. It wouldn't be difficult, and that would definitely give him a lot more ability to use the Falconet as he pleased.
Maybe.
I think this is...
Yeah, maybe that could be an adaptation to the Spanish build, to have a pivot church for the extra XP early on that will pay itself off, and then have the ability to add in a couple of priests just to support your initial push. Settler wagons do come out looking for a bit of tanking. The age up's in here for Malta, but it's a slow age behind, and age up to not really much. That Falc probably down now from the TC, unless it's going to random walk around the map. I think it might be. Nope, that's the Hussars. Falcon, still alive. He's still alive. We give him credit for it.
He's about to get the age up off. I think that's really all Kevin wants to do, is say that he got the age off. Now they're in. There's no age discrepancy. I mean, this is about as good of a fight as you could have gotten, besides losing so many vills.
TC's been healed. Lion doesn't need to see this. He's been healed. He needs to cancel. He needs to stop. He's now stopped the TC healing up, but that's an extra 1,000 HP, and that's critical.
The War Dogs come in.
Okay, shipment ready to go here from Kevin. Most likely will be the 9 fire throws. He's counted the cav shipments here from Lion. He knows that 5
no
lances
pop
the
space. He has no pop space. He can't call anything. This is like where you delete 5, 6 villagers or whatnot to get the pop space to maybe have a prayer, but it is. Oh, he's about to kill the depot. It's not going to do anything.
Kevin going for 9 Sentinels. That is an 18 population shipment. So yeah, you are right. He's had to throw down so many houses just to try to get that space down for him to send that shipment and be able to send
18
train units
villagers
behind.
on wood. Oh. He's gonna find the pop-up base over here. The war dogs are gonna start biting some ankles. The sentinels are coming in. That's a good shot. Oh, is he gonna put the fort down? Wow.
Yeah. Now that the TC has been taken down, the build limit restriction has been removed, and Lion can go aggressive as buildings, dropping a fort in base. It's BM, but it's also super smart. It is most likely got to get some action there, and it's going to cover the army while it siege the rest of the buildings down.
Yeah, very, very smart placement. You're getting another town center coming down. Actually, you have 3 TCs going down for Lion. Kevin is scrambling to get houses up and anything to make units. What is the Vil difference? Can we see? Got 24 and maybe a couple more. Yeah, it's actually not bad with settler wagons if you count that. That is insane. All of the Vils that have died for Kevin, and it's still close.
More Musks being trained, more Falcons being trained. Classic Lionheart going Musk Falc every game, but why would you not? If you really have the Musketeers, the Falconets from the fort, it's such a big plane, and just look at the resources that Lionheart is able to float. Pick up some villagers with a nice cav raid behind, but should be able to get another 2, maybe 3 with a bit of market trading, 3 Falconets, and that's going to blow apart any Sentinel, any fire thrower shipments, and going to lay even more siege onto his commandery and houses.
He's about to have 4 Falconets on the field. Oh, he
Missionary
finally
come
does
up.
make a
Yeah,
missionary.
you were talking about that. Get the healing in on the Falconets, and that missionary is basically worth 400 resources of value he's got back from it. And now the SAR's raiding the villages out on the map as well. There's a commandery nearby, but it's not a garrisonable building. Well, it is, but you can only garrison it once every 2 minutes. It's not an outpost. It's not actually. It puts you into a false sense of security. I think a couple of vills teleported out of the initial base to the eastern map, but there's a TC nearby. That's not exactly any safer.
The Minutemen do take a few shots. I don't know if it's the most worthwhile trade in the world. They're just kind of doing nothing, being annoying. And this is base number 2 going down for Kevin.
Yeah, there's so much wood being lost here from Kevin's point of view. He would have to kind of rebuild. He's now population capped, 47 over 30. Doing to build a couple more houses. He's got food ready to go for units, but he still has no answer how to deal with the Falconets from Lion. He will need an artillery foundry, 2 coal, good micro, just to even compete. I struggle. He's sending 1,000 coin, and that's going to allow him to start making those units and
No,
get
he's
going.
macroing for an age 4 right there. That's what this is.
Kevin is not going to go to H4. I don't see how you can go to H4 at this point. I don't.
He's definitely trying.
Nice
I
raid
don't
here
see how you
from-
can do it.
Nice
he's
big
going to
raid
try.
from Real Henry Knox. Welcome, everybody. We're in game number 1 of this series between Kevin and Lionheart. Lionheart catching us off guard, playing standard Musk Falc play. Catching Kevin's Malta pick for game number 1. We will have to talk about this in the intermission. And yeah, the game has just been secured there from Lion, taking the first game in its best of 7 series. I think Lion's won the Civ pick micro there, but then managed to play really well, really solid, standard gameplay behind to secure it. And Kevin kind of got blown out of the water by the Spanish FF. I know you guys in the chat, you guys are losing your minds, but Lionheart is embracing a robot style of Spain, and Kevin just had no answers for that.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't seem close at all in the entire game. Like Lion, he just clicked a few buttons, got some musk, and then sent falconets, and then it was GG. Like the rest of the game, like I don't know how. I mean, actually, I think if he would have been able to get the Huss surrounded just a little bit more, get those Falconets killed very, very quickly, right at that initial fight, there might have been a chance. But after that, and the Falconets staying alive for as long as they did, it seemed like GG.
Well, we could even go back a little bit further and say actually that initial depot placement from Kevin, he never got a depot in play in front of the outpost of Spain, so the door was wide open. Lionheart just waltzed in, and that big first fight we're talking about getting the Huss onto the Musketeers. Well, Lion trained like 20 Musks. Like it was good positioning from Lion. I'm not too sure what else Kevin could have done, but when you have that many Musketeers, you can't really leave those Falcons in open position. You have to go for the Musks to get onto the Falcons, and Kevin with only like 4 or 5 Huss and not too much infantry behind it, just maybe he went too early, too soon, too aggressive, and took the fight and lost that mass. Like he managed to age up somehow during that gameplay, like trying to kind of scrape everything together, but with having no standing army at all. There was never any real threat on the main body of Lion's army.
Yeah, I wonder, because that second depot went down kind of in a better spot, I wonder if that going up would have changed anything at all, because it would have been right on the tower. He would have been able to take out the tower with the threat of the depot being right there. I don't know. Maybe that would have changed something. Very unfortunate that maybe 2 or 3 seconds left on that Explorer's HP would have been the difference between possibly winning that game.
Just think about how exciting that is, because if a game is as close as a couple of seconds, that's just game number 1 of this series. So maybe storytelling gods are out there and Kevin will edge over Lionheart just by a couple of inches. Slight agility with the strategy, getting just a couple paces ahead. I don't think Kevin's really minding losing the game to Lionheart Spain. That is one of Lion's power plays, his best civs, and theoretically with another 6 civs to go, Kevin's civ pool is very wide. I wouldn't be worried here.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin just kind of like used a nothing civ against probably the main squeeze, second most popular civ for Lionheart. So now I'm thinking Kevin's gonna pick one of his really popular civs and just go ham. Did we let's see here.
In this region, the coast is lined with mangrove trees and lagoons, which give way to grassy plains and eventually a plateau. The Ivory Coast is an important hub for trade. The naval trade route connects Africa with Europe and the Americas, while its counterpart on the mainland connects the coast to the savannah, and controlling these routes is critical for victory. The land trade route bisects the plateau in the north, so each team has access to easily defendable resources away from the water.
In the right of the map, in the color blue, we have Kevin playing as Ethiopia. He's doing Ethiopia things, getting some small treasures as everyone does on this map at the very beginning. And then in the color red, we have Lionheart playing as Ottoman. Probably one of the worst civs in the game. Nobody ever plays Ottoman ever. Pretty interesting. I'm just joking. He's getting his TP up, doing standard stuff, getting the mosque out. Harrison, what do you think? How do you feel about this matchup? Do you think we'll see any water play?
No, I'm not too sure about the Ottoman on this map in particular. I mean, I don't think Lion would want to go for water play. The sea is quite low on resources. It's quite away from the action. If you go water, your TC is kind of wide open. You can't control that middle trading route, vertical through the middle of the map. There's a lot of gold mines to the north, a lot of land resources with the elephants. It's not there are some maps where you go, yeah, let's go water, and there's some maps where you don't. This is kind of one of those where you
Oh, he
don't
stole
really
his
want
treasure.
to.
And he delayed his shipment. That was like, I don't know, probably 30 villager seconds that he
Mhm.
just wasted on that treasure.
Lion has named his deck today. Josh has a big P, and I think that P stands for personality, and I have to agree with Lion there. I think that's a fantastic comment to make about our beloved Joshua. Looking at his deck, though, oh my god, what a dirty boy Lion is. He has Advanced Church and Palace Intrigue. He got 4 Mams, 5 Spahi, 6 Nizams in H3, no 14 Jans, potential 14 Nizam cards in the 4th age, but there is every kind of indication of a Ottoman FI on the cards. He has aggressive cards in H2. I don't think Lion wants to be playing Jan Abus mid-map. That might be how a Kaiser Klein would approach this matchup, and kind of microing your Abus guns to try and get as much value as possible. Knowing Lion, he's just going to sit back, and we'll have to see how he goes for it.
Yeah, it's going to be all up in depending on what Kevin does. I think Kevin's going to have to be the initial aggressor, or else Lionheart's just going to be able to do as he pleases. And I don't think Ethiopia is going to have much of a response if Lion can get up to age 4. So it'll be interesting to see. It looks like Kevin is going to try and do a pretty similar thing, though. Get all the way up to age 3, has the majority of his cards there. But then you see a lot of cards as well in age 4. I am interested to see what he does, if they just both have a FI off, and see who wins. But my money is on Ottoman if it gets to age 4, both of them.
Well, so sometimes the Ottoman FI works because your opponent tries to stay age 3 and do something and gets caught out. They can't quite pressure Ottoman before Ottoman reaches that real true power spike. But actually, Kevin here, his deck, he's got 4 Vil, he's got 700 coins, he's got Big Benny in there, got some influence crates. There's no military cards in age 2. Kevin is going full on for the tempo to the 3rd age, whether he stays in age 3 with Gas Kenya single Spectable Mortar, or whether he goes to the 4th age and goes for like 16 Gas Kenya, Guard Natives, 2 Spectable Mortars. That is on him to decide. I think both players work. You just, if you commit one or the other, you have to fully commit it and send it. No kind of semi-FI, I'll make a couple of units, I'll poke around, I'll have a look, then I'll FI. I think Kevin's got a plan. He's probably played this out. I think there's an alternating Civ pick in this tournament, so because Lionheart won game number 1, Lionheart picked Ottoman on this map, and Kevin's right, I'm going to play the Ethiopians here. He's a man with a plan, and I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, I mean, Ethiopia is not one of his most popular civs. It's probably in his top 7, though. So again, he's showing his just vast knowledge of many different civs. Pretty interested to see if he decides that he wants to put a lot of pressure in age 3, or if he's going to try and match Lionheart's age 4.
Orville comes in for Kevin at the moment with 700 coin, going to follow it behind. We did see Lionheart's point of view there. I might have missed it, but I think it was the 500 food Philosopher's Prince age up with 700 coin being sent behind. Lionheart is on his way pretty quickly, engaging up the marksman for the 4 Abus guns. I know Lionheart is a very big fan of Abus guns. He thinks they are, in fact, abuse guns. Abusing the game. They are that abusive. They are that good. So he's going to enjoy microing them, but maybe before Delhi would have been the smarter option for that mobility, for scouting, for raiding. He may be fearing that Kevin's going to go for a FF here with the Gas Kenya and Sebastopol Mortar, and those Abus guns early on will do a nice amount of what we call in the game poking, kind of moving in, taking a couple pot shots, retreating to a safe distance. That's an option there. And from Kevin's point of view, he does have a couple of bills in queue. He's going to age up pretty quickly. I'd like to think he's actually traded most of his cows. Right, I don't see any cows here for Ethiopia, so he must have traded them off with reason to get infrastructure down behind. Yeah, he's got no cattle. This is low eco from Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, it looks just so aggressive. He's planning on just doing something crazy in age 3, and he's kind of sacrificing everything for it.
So let's look at Lionheart's deck. He's got already 1,000 food stockpiled. So this is either an early Spahi play to kind of get that. 5 Spahi plus 4 Aegis guns can cause a lot of early havoc and play behind it. But I think Lion is just going to go right 1,000 coin straight away. Buy time those units. Get to the 4th age up with the Grand Vizier for the 3 guards.
Spahi!
Good Spahi play. Okay. He already has 500 wood in stockpile. That could be a second town center. Look at that town center on the coast from Lionheart. And I think what he's saying is, instead of a forward outpost, for an extra 250 more res, I have a town center which is more HP, has Bashi Bozok Minutemen, and can train economy as well. So he's kind of saying, why go for a surprise sneaky outpost when you go for a surprise sneaky town center?
Yeah, I mean, if he gets that up, that's going to be a lot of control. Maybe not in the place that you would want it to have. Like, I don't know. Like, what is that really controlling on the bottom end? Like, if Kevin never goes to the bottom over there, I wouldn't be surprised. So we'll see. I mean, it's going to be just a really good shipment place, that's for sure.
Yeah, but
We do see the spot hit the board.
That is quite literally the best part of the strategy here from Line. Because the town centers on the opposite side of the maps, Kevin can only be in one place at one time. If one TT goes down, the other stays up. And I think this is part of Line's plan. He's not training anything. He's got to get the coin behind. Spahis do move in. Vils and TC. Gas Kenya move back. And the Aegis guns, which are sent aged with... This is the whole point. He wants to focus them on the Gas Kenya. And he's like, you can't deal with both Aegis and the Spahi. TC fire a good micro on the Aegis guns, winning them down to 2. But... Kevin being for the aggressive age up, no going straight to age 3. He's on the back foot. He's not put on any offensive pressure. He's having to defend from 3 Spahis, which are going to retreat, maybe get healed up, get shadow teched. Kevin with Lion with 2 age up TCs, opposite sides of the map, will safely age to the 4th age here.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin on top of this has 2 shipments that he's stacking. I don't know what he could be doing. Oh. And loses even more HP. Okay, he's sending... Huh. Those are Sudanese, right? That's what those are called?
Gas Kenya, the Ethiopian infantry.
Oh,
so he's going to go for more kind of musketeer play. He will need to send in the Sebastopol mortar at some point. For that siege damage, he's desperately... Because he's also just endlessly chasing cavalry with infantry. It's never going to work. He's never going to catch up to them. He kind of has to say, right, I'm either going to go aggressive or defensive. Josh, can we look at Kevin's line of... He has seen the town centre to the bottom, and that's from the... the mountain monasteries with the large site. He does see the forward spawn points. He has to at least take this TC down, because it's too close to his own base to let it stay up.
He is being annoying, getting maybe 1 priest down? Nope. And, man, I don't know if those Spahi really are getting as much value as they could have. I mean, he paid so much resources, paid 1 shipment to get them, and he's maybe equally traded them with Gaskenya, which is not really what you want to do, in my opinion. But he is buying a lot of time, that is for certain.
Time is the resource in a game where Otto is going to go for the FI and trying to hit their own timing. True, he could have done a better job of keeping the Spahi alive. They will shadow tech to the age 4. He could have the Moscow base and train a couple imams, get them healed up. They do auto heal as well. And Kevin going for the fast age tech, I believe, to get him to the 4th age. That coin going to come in greatly. He's still all in the food. So Kevin's...
Not to touch the TC.
Yeah, Kevin's going to also commit to his FI, but...
3 Vils just sitting there.
Yeah, by spending all these, I mean, the Vils this game won't matter. News alert, Otto Vils don't matter. Yeah, so Kevin's gone for a couple units and siege and stuff, and now looking to age behind. It might work together, but I was talking about committing to one idea or the other. This feels a bit half and half, and I feel Kevin might just regret this. Otto's in the 4th age, and I'm sure Lionheart, with Age Up with the Tycoon, is now going to go for mercantilism and try and get in these church cards one after the other, or at least some age 4 cards like bombards and factories.
Yeah, I mean, he's almost got enough food to send this Fahi. How much food is it? If he were to send a church card right now? Is it
Oh, it's
Fahi runner?
I think it's 2,200 food for the Spahis without the card, or maybe 2,000
Yeah.
food flats. You basically you need both those cards together, but the payoff is so worth having both those cards in together.
For sure.
Obviously, you need the first card to even get the text, but the second with the half price, you get so much value back. And revolt's Egypt. That's what's going to happen.
Maybe.
Yeah, Nova Revolt here makes sense. Romania's bad. He hasn't got enough outposts to make Hungary work. Barbary States is bad, especially versus a full-on Musk army. And Kevin in the 4th age now will be able to go for Gargas Kenya, 2 Sebastopol mortars, and push with 3 big cannons into Lion's base. We were predicting the
I don't know
advanced
if the
church guard.
shipments are going to come in soon enough.
He must have a plan. He hasn't got a market. He could be selling the food off at the moment. He could be selling the food to ensure the agent. He needs to gather all his coins before he revolts, because otherwise he could get this denied.
I'm going to trust that Lion knows what he's doing, but this is not looking good. But if he gets those 12 Abyss in, I mean, that is definitely going to be a strong power spike for him. But, you know, if Kevin even sends a few cav behind this, like...
What cav? What cav do Ethiopia even have at this point? They would have to upgrade Shotel Warriors. That's not a great idea. And the big boy cav from the Fortress, the ones with the rifle, they're kind of trash anyway. So he's going all in Muscat. I like this play, and I think with 2 more cannons, this would work really well. Has he going for the... I don't think that's the cannon shipment behind. I can't quite see what that's going to be, but 22 Somali Darude militias. They are the anti-artillery skirmisher. That's quite interesting to note.
Very interesting. We see still he's stacking 2 shipments, but if he's aging up, I mean revolting, it's about to happen. This is the time to go. And we see Kevin just completely back up.
Well, yeah, from Kevin's point of view, he's probably waiting to get the 2 mortars in as well. He now knows with the Egyptian revolt, all the villagers turn into essentially musketeers. And what absolutely shreds musketeers? More musketeers, more skirms, more Sebastopol mortars, and Kevin's the man with the eco now. Lion's all in. This is the all-in revolt from Lion. He will be pushing across the map. He will be trying to get things done. Yes, he might be waiting for his shipments to roll in as well, because he went for the Mercantiles and play. But it's on Lion to make the play and to win the game here. And it's on Kevin to kind of read the situation, what cards might come in. I did see the Lion was sending in the 5 Senna Horsemen plus 1 Mameluke shipments to start off with.
Yeah, I mean, it's completely up to Lion to push the issue. I mean, if this game goes longer than 2 more minutes, I think Kevin has just won if he trades evenly. Ooh, will we see... I mean, the Gatling camels would be strong. But with the artillery skirmisher...
Where are you going to find 2,000 coin when you got no villagers? You'd have to price that in before the revolt, and sometimes the point of the revolt is the kind of fast, offensive play. Here comes the heavy cavalry, but the Dragbox Micro is going to get infantry back. Look at the 2 mortars, they're kind of stuck behind houses, but the houses is the perfect wall for us. Big shots onto the musketeers. Avis guns, the mortars have so much HP, the Avis guns are barely touching them, and that heavy cavalry is melting on the front line straight into full gas Kenya. Very strong men infantry, high rate of fire, and all 3 mortars are still up. The heavy cavalry's gone down. This is absolutely demolition. This has gone horribly wrong here for Lionheart. What was he thinking?
I don't know. I mean, Kevin, I mean, GG. Resigns. Yep, there we go.
GG Cord, ladies and gentlemen, and Kevin has come back with quite a fiery game in game number 2 to level the series off 1 apiece in this best of 7. Lionheart going for the Egypt revolt, throwing meta out the window, throwing build theory out the window, teeing himself up for a perfect Ottoman FI, revolts to Egypt, and throws it all in the bin.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why we don't don't see that very often because that was just not good.
So maybe what Lion could have done better here was try and get some great bombards out to kind of deal with the Sebastopol mortars. Sebastopol mortars, they do absolutely woeful versus heavy artillery, all artillery, but heavy artillery in particular. Factories get the fast training rate. The Ottoman great bombards, they spawn so fast anyway, and kind of revolting with a musketeer all-in revolt without cannons kind of feels like you're attacking with half an army. And yeah, the Senate Horsemen, they might tank a lot of HP, but if you haven't got any firepower behind it, they're kind of tanking for nothing.
Yeah, I mean, there were just not enough units. I mean, those were H2 Abyss that he's just sent in there, and then he had the militia that just kind of traded evenly, and then there were 3 huge mortar cannon units that just kill everything. Like it wasn't close.
Yeah, interesting.
He needed way more units. I think just staying in Age 4 without revolting would have been better.
Yeah, undoubtedly, Ottoman's not known for being revoltive these days. But well, it used to be with the Barbary states, but then they quite rightly got nerfed back down to kind of or maybe over nerfed, but they used to be insanely strong. And I can't remember what tech boosted all of their Barbary Corsair units style. I mean, I don't think the actual, maybe the base unit was changed, but I think one of the tags was changed as well. Oh, it was outlaws. They were classed as outlaws, and so got boosted by folk heroes from the slew. I think they removed the outlaw tag, and that kind of killed off the revolt.
Yeah, we're going to be going into Game 3. It is on Painted Desert. We will be seeing one of Kevin's main squeezes. We'll be seeing Japan versus Lionheart's Sweden. The series is 1-1. It's all tied up. Can we get a prediction? Can someone do a prediction, please? And then Josh, if you want to send us into the map.
Painted Desert is a lonely open range with scattered mesas and rich ore deposits. Hunting is plentiful, but wood is a little scarcer than normal. Lost cows can also be found wandering among the mesas. A string of 4 Apache and Navajo villages divides the map into 2 symmetrical halves.
I haven't seen the
actually,
Painted
never mind.
Desert for quite a while, actually. It's quite a good map. No trading posts on this, so could we just check if it's going to be Lionheart playing USA or Sweden? We just the USA flag, but I think Sweden's been called. Yeah, Sweden is USA. Sweden, USA. God damn it, Lionheart is changing last moment, and it looks like it's going to be the USA is to play behind.
We got the bait and switch. There was Sweden, and then there was USA. I mean, they easy to mix up. Maybe I don't know. USA versus Japan. What do you think about that?
Well, I think this is I think playing USA on a no TP map is not ideal. We'll go back into the actual game though.
Yeah, we'll have to see what Lionheart has planned. Painted Desert has a lot of shrining ability all over the map. There are cows to go and get if Kevin wants to. Plenty of hunts to shrine. Very, very interesting. I'm interested to see what Lionheart has in store for us. There aren't many... No, go ahead.
So we're spawning in on the Painted Desert. We have Kevin playing as Japan, spawning down to the southwest in the color blue. Lion playing as the United States of America, spawning to the northeast in the color red. And I think this is a bit of a weird pick here from Lionheart because Kevin would have picked Japan first. His old Satan pick, Kevin picking Japan. Lions counter-picked with USA. He must have a plan. and I have a feeling I think I know what's going to happen here. The cat's just running around my desk. So what I find really strange is the current meta for USA at the moment is Chinese immigrants on a high TP map to get all the train posts and kind of dominate the game that way, go to the third age, get good skirm goon. But there's a figure in the community called JPC tearing up the ladder with an age 2 aggressive play, potentially French immigrants, Spanish immigrants, and he hasn't got those cards. Well, I'll tell you the story anyway. JPC's been climbing the ladder, going age 2 and spamming the Seminole Archer card from the home city twice from the forward Spanish outpost from the Spanish immigrants, and no player has ever really been able to deal with JPC's ability. But Lionheart with this fast FF deck, free CDB with Spanish immigrants pivot on a no TP map, I guess he's going all in aggressive FF, maybe with the Massachusetts 54th Regiment with the regular veteran state militia backed by the 3 Gatlins and kind of being quite heads up here. You can't let Japan boom late. They are a fantastic scaling sieve, and if the game goes late, I back Kevin's late game ability.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it looks like he's probably going to have very standard age 2 play followed up with age 3. He's going to be aggressive towards Lionheart at some point. I'm sure that the units, there will be many in Lionheart's base, making it difficult for him to get up to do what he wants. Nothing too crazy. There aren't huge shipments.
I'm just looking at the chats, and Pretty Jacob has notified us that all the decks we've seen so far today is either FF this, or FI that, or Revolt this, or do not stay in age 2 that. It's been very, who needs age 2 military cards? It's kind of pointing to the meta that we are in general at the moment of kind of getting to the third age, getting that technology, sending in the better cards. In general, cards are just better now than they used to be. Kevin is aging up with the Chishoga Shrine in base with the cows. That's quite an interesting one. It's not declining at the Torii Gates.
Yeah. And you see that, the only time that someone stayed in age 2 for longer than a few minutes, they lost. Kevin, first game, he stayed in age 2 for, I guess, way too long as Malta, and he had to pay the price for it. So we'll see if we see the trend of getting out of age 2 as quickly as possible, and really enjoy those age 3, age 4 timings.
Here come the Spanish immigrants, and that outpost wagon crossing the map. Gotta be aware as well, it is a 1.7 XP base trickle. There is a TP and a church on the map, invisible, constantly giving Lionheart this XP. It's so beneficial. It gives him so much of that momentum. He's moving forward with the outpost, and he also now has the ability to train Turkio pikes, consulate pikemen. They do not decrease in HP, and versus Japan, who may be wanting to be out on the map, out on the map making shrines, those real strong pikemen, they're going to be sieging. They're going to go straight for a shrine, and this is going to go down pretty quick. Plus 10% stats on any age, and they shadow attack as well. Really good counter picking there from Lionheart, and you can see this isn't just a crazy idea. This is a well thought out plan from Lion.
Yeah, I mean, those are the units that you kind of want to see going onto the map. They aren't going to serve a whole lot of purpose other than sieging. I doubt that Kevin's going to go very heavy into Cav, but they are going to deny just being able to get up to the population that you would want as Japan to get all those shrines, have that boosted economy, especially with the Toshogu shrine going instead of maybe the more standard Torii Gates these days. It'll be interesting to see how many more shrines that he finds on the map, because that's going to be the big thing, just knowing where all the shrines are at all times, going and giving them a big problem.
Yeah, going in here
Militia just walking all over the place.
Yeah, going in with state militia. So basically, what Lion's doing is sieging with his pikes, and Kevin would naturally want to defend with Yumi Archer or Ashi from a defensive barracks. I don't think Lion quite realizes there's no barracks down just yet, and Kevin's frantically throwing up, but the fact that he has these kind of skirmisher-style infantry, they just get to waltz in the base. They're not really that afraid of TC fire, and he sees the barracks, and it's not going up. The pikes will come onto this barracks. They will leave what they're doing. They're going to siege this barracks. Once this barracks goes down, Japan is in such a world of hurt and pain. It's floating 800 wood. There's no units on the floor, and I mean, I think Kevin's just started going, what's just happened here? He's not planned for this, and this is such an awkward position for him right now. He needs to try and get a barracks up somewhere, anywhere will do, but he just needs to try and hide it.
Yeah, I mean, he saw the deck from Lion. There were 3 cards in Age 2. I don't think Kevin had any idea there was going to be any aggression whatsoever age 2, but we are seeing it, and it's working. Oh, okay, we got the daimyo coming in. He's gonna make a short work of the. Oh, pikes are about to. Oh my goodness! He's about to lose his daimyo, and that's.
Oh dear! Oh my god!
I would be livid. What else is he microing? How is he gonna lose that?
I mean, that is his way back in. That is his way to train Naginatas. The barracks are down, so he can train some Yumi Archers. The daimyo is supporting all his units behind, but just to give it away to USA Minutemen. I mean, I know they're the pikemen, but
18
USA
idols. He's just left the game. He's just sitting there. He's not doing anything. Did his internet go out? I don't know, but he is not paying attention to this game anymore. He is done.
Yeah, he's cooked. I see what I mean. I think he has. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's how he lost his daimyo, but he's just rage quit. I don't know.
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. There you go. That is the
Connection
team
lost.
confirmed. However, I think we'll probably have to move on to the 4th game here. Lion has really shown the strategy, and I think it's caught Kevin pretty much off guard. I think we can say that Kevin can blame this on an internet outage, but between me and you and the chat, I think he pulled the plug.
Yeah, it's happened to the best of us. It's happened to the best of us. I think with that, let's take a 2-minute bathroom break or whatnot. What do you guys say?
You can do that.
I will be right back.
And the cat will keep the stream happy. What you, Bubba? You, Bubba. Good boy. Back on lap. You know you want to. You know you want to. Who's a good boy? A good boy. So you guys for watching ESOC TV. And if you guys want to also be a good boy, then make sure you consider dropping a subscription to the channel, or even better, donating. All the money from donations will go to prize pools. Subscriptions, only half that goes to ESOC, half that goes to the big greedy corporations running Twitch. So if you're feeling generous, get those donations in and make my cat a happy cat today. I guess you'll make me happy as well. Oh, he's a good kitty cat. So we've seen a bit of a USA from Lion already, so that's one of his power plays out. Kevin has gone for, say, some interesting Sids, more kind of the greedier Sids, but did go aggressive with Ethiopia. He's been seen on the ladder playing Chinese recently. We've still got his big holding the shiny to come, that's his main. And I guess he can also get some poor USA action himself and kind of fight fire with fire from his point of view.
I am back. They are going to Lion being a good a good sport. He's gonna try and let Kevin play back from the autosave. Not sure where that's gonna start us off from. But Kevin, he wants to fight on. He thinks he's got a shot still, even with the daimyo going down and whatnot. So we'll see if we get to go with the autosave. Thank you, 3D Jacob. You just subscribed. We really do appreciate it. It lets us do more tournaments like these. We have almost 300 people viewing and watching right now. Really do appreciate all of you guys hanging in here with us. The Real Henry Knox donated $10. You're a true hero. We really do appreciate you, Henry. Again, as I said, your donations really do help us put out more high tier content, only stuff that we at ESOC can do. We would really love and appreciate if you guys are able to donate to support the cause here at ESOC. Feel free to.
So awkward. You really want a big chat message in the chat saying, "Big Henry Knox, our Lord and Savior, has come to save us." But the only thing I can see in the chat is the Twitch 3D Jacob's subscription. But our big boy, our man in the sky, our man down under, actually, shall I say, in Australia, is keeping a good eye out for that as well. So thank you very much, Henry Knox. Very generous. I saw a cheeky little bit of a stream from you before, warming the crowd up ahead of ESOC. So thank you very much for that as well. And next time I'll make sure I'll tune in and check that out.
Yeah. Satiating the desire for more AoE 3 Definitive Edition. Getting everybody's appetite ready for this best of 7 series. We are possibly gonna be able to get in from where the saved game was, which means that he might not have pulled the plug. So we'll have to see if Kevin wants to fight on. I mean, that would definitely mean that he did not. So we will have to see. Ooh.
I think there's a bit of a confusion in the chat of how much XP a trading post, a church, and a Spanish immigrants card generates. From my knowledge, from my testing of Age of Empires 3 DE, a baseline trading post generates XP at 1.0 XP per second, and a church generates it at 0.7 XP per second. Obviously, the church tells you on the unit. So together, the combination of the Spanish immigrants actually saying it's a 1.7 XP trickle is in effect a trading post and a church trickle worth of experience points. So I think that's kind of why you get to that random number of 1.7 instead of why it could be 1.6 or 1.8. So I think that's also going to say is like 1.2. I was a bit unsure about that one.
The last donation, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I missed the last part of the name. I apologize, but thank you so much for your $5 donation. Really do appreciate that.
Where are you seeing this? I need to see this. It's so good. But where are you seeing it?
Seeing the donations, I have the Twitch pulled up, and their names are popping up. 1, 2, 3, 4, Flynn. Thank you, true hero.
I literally have the chat put out, but I guess you're watching it on the chat scrolling on the actual Twitch screen itself. Fair enough, that makes sense.
Yes, sir.
What a big boy he is as well. And if you also want to be a big boy, then you know what to do.
But you don't want to be a big boy like Harrison. That's not the big boy that we're talking about.
And I've been for quite a lot of walks this week. I've been pretty good. I mean, I am treating myself to 4 cans of beer Moretti and a family-sized sharing bag of Galaxy Minstrels for myself and the cat. But the cat's not really that into the chocolate, so I'm gonna have his share as well. Isn't that right? Yeah.
That's nice of you. The cat's dieting.
Gotta the cat is definitely not dieting. That cat will eat and eat and eat and eat. Actually, you have to tactically let the cat's stomach fill up and then settle down before you give it more food. Otherwise, it will just eat 5 bowls in a row.
Yeah.
And then meow at you for not being a bad human, and not feeding him anymore. But
like human, like cat. I'm just kidding. So we do see it doesn't look like the save would work. So Kevin is going to take the loss there. Lionheart is up 2-1. Very, very interesting stuff. Next
Yeah, I think
map.
I think that's the right play and right decision because I think Kevin was pretty cooked, but then
Yeah, I mean,
would have better adapted, knowing Lion's strategy, and would have got barracks down, guaranteed got it down at some point, and wouldn't lose. I mean, yes, he disconnected, but once he reconnects, that daimyo is still gone as well. So that's just harsh.
yeah, I mean, it was pretty cooked. We are going to see game number 4 on Anatolia. Josh, would you like to send us into the map intro?
The Anatolian Peninsula is the homeland of the Ottoman Empire. Its rugged landscape is bisected by an elongated grassy valley that separates the two players. This valley contains the only trade route and some grazing livestock. Each player begins with a local settlement of Fenarites near their first town.
And we are back, waiting for the next game to start. My cat is frantically running around the desk and is actually, just moving in front of the camera as you now. Look at me lovingly. The only person in my life who looks at me lovingly. You guys out there look at me with disdain for being the gatekeeper and playing Malta FI, but I can only do what I can do. Maybe one day I will be as good as Lionheart and Kevin.
With
So
that,
next match is going to be
wonderful.
Anatolia, and that's like a 6 trading post map. This could be a Civ. This could be a map here for like a Portuguese or a Spain, maybe ATP revival. We'll have to find out how Kevin wants to go into this.
yeah, I mean, I'm interested. Yeah, like you said, the ATP, that could be interesting. I'm thinking we might see Mexico and maybe see some cheese, some Baja Revolt, something like that. What do you think? with all
Chosen,
the
you
TPs?
haven't been following the tournament Discord and the rules. Baja Revolution has been banned
Oh, okay.
by-
Sorry. Bit
by
of casual.
unanimous support, or should I say more than 75% support of the tournament participants.
Oh,
So, but
my bad.
we could still see Mexico with the Central America revolt, or the Yucatan revolt, or the Rio Grande revolt, or the Central America back into Mexico, or the Yucatan into Maya, or Yucatan back into Mexico H5, or Rio back into Mexico H5, or just standard Mexico, or gee, and you got the H4 revolt as well. There's plenty
Yeah.
of cheese remaining for Mexico. Just
Ooh,
not as
okay. We
not
say
as smelly
Brit.
as Stilton cheese.
Brit, which is again one of Lionheart's main squeezes, versus Kevin's Sue, his Lakota. Sorry, I just dead named it right there. My bad. We will we'll have to see Lakota versus Brit. This has to be Brit favored, right?
Probably balance. I think both sides have great ways to get into this game. Kevin spawning on the west side in the colour blue, Lion spawning into the east side in the colour red. Now, in a traditional matchup with normal players playing this game, not to disrespect Lion at all, Brits would all be about either map control or booming with manor houses in base, and it's up to Lakota to either raid with Cav or mount a frontal assault with Seat and bows and kind of smash down Brits and force them in base, maybe try and restrict from hunts. But this isn't normal players, and this isn't a normal map. This is a high TP map, and Lionheart is playing Brits. He does not play Brit standard. He hates the standard Brits. He thinks it's the most boring civ in the game. But what is not as boring is Brit GMT, training post is down. We're going to see Cardinal going to be GMT behind this, and the way that Lion plays the GMT is try and get the FI in while causing as much chaos as possible with the Black Watch Highlanders and Falconets to support, and kind of then get to the 4th age. We have options for Gentleman Pike, Queen's Rangers, Rogers Rangers, 3 rockets, 2 infinite rockets, the factories, training villagers from your manor houses thanks to Terrace Houses cards. There's so much options for late game Brits, and Lion loves that. I think Kevin can optimize this himself. He knows that Lion will be taking his own time. Maybe TP Boom, Stagecoach play, maybe Advanced Market, maybe Great Hunting, and kind of just going for economic cards on his way up to the 3rd age. I'm thinking Rifle Rider spam early on to try and deal with the Highlander Falconet combination. I'm sure Lion's thought about this though, because Rifle Riders are quite easy to counter with longbows.
We see a relatively standard deck for Kevin. It looks like he might do a little bit of age 2 aggression, followed up by going into age 3. It's really going to be up to Kevin to push the issue, because if Lion does get that age 3 into age 4 just power spike, I think it's going to be really difficult for Lakota to deal with. Although I think Lakota might be a interesting answer to the GMT build. Rifle Riders do really well against most of the cards that they're going to be sending until they get those Rangers out. So age 3 might be the correct timing for Kevin.
You got to remember when you're playing Lakota in age 3 in general, but when you get to the 3rd age, you have the siege dance enabled. So yeah, you might be pushing in with hand cav, some skirmishers, some rifle riders, but with siege dance, that they can turn them into pseudo siege units, maybe enough pressure to take down a town center while Lion's trying to age to the 4th age. So these small, intricate dynamics we're talking about in game 1, how Lion won by a couple of seconds, getting that depot denied by killing the Explorer. Kevin being a little bit too early scouting the outpost, and the depot had already been committed on the wrong side of it. This could be a siege dance and getting that TC built a couple of seconds.
Wow, Lion stole that
up.
treasure? How did he get that?
Yeah, I think Kevin was just not focused. I think he was maybe doing some Vil Micro, get some TC action going, and then just wasn't paying attention. And Lion's right for trying to steal, goes in, gets to pick up, and it's not like Kevin can just attack this Explorer. I think Lion's HP was much higher than from Kevin's, and Kevin's like, okay, you win, I'm just gonna move out the map and find other treasures to take on.
Yeah, Lion even got the kill XP. I mean, it's the small things, especially when you are trying to get all of these little timings put together to make truly this GMT build shine. Be very, very nice to see. Kevin is not up yet. Now he is.
The only thing I find slightly annoying about Lion's GMT build is that Lion has the same strategy with GMT, regardless of the map being played, regardless of the civ he's up against. So it's very one-dimensional what he wants to try and do and how he goes about doing it. But this, where it plays into his hand, he's very well practiced. He's rehearsed. He knows how he wants to go about, what card order, what macro, what potential problems he will face and how he's overcome it. And every time Lionheart plays GMT, he looks slick and clean and well drilled. And yeah, this age up coming in at 5 minutes and 35 seconds. That's a good timing behind. And going to age up with the Tomahawks and the Native Scouts. Probably going to have GMT send in now, get the church down, get the food in, and get those Highlanders ready to go. Church down, committed. And I act surprised I'm not. This is just standard GMT theory being played out behind. Are we able to
the father of the GMT build, as far as I understand?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I remember when GMT first came out, I looked at I was looking for the batch notes, and I said, "This is a strong card." So I think it still has its play in normal Brits gameplay, just as a kind of a card on your way to the 3rd age for the fast age up, and then your faster Vet Musk, Vet Huss, and other technologies. It's pretty decent. Are we able to look at Kevin's deck? I saw there's a Rifle Rider combat card. I think it's HP or attack. I need to check that one out, and that's damage 20%. I know that the Peanuts is pretty good as well. And the, what's the card on the end? I think it's like Earth Bounty for coin. North America trade. Villagers now earn extra coin whilst gathering natural resources, typically from animals. Okay, so his deck name's called 1 vs 1 RR, which means a Rifle Rider. Rifle Riders are very high in coin, so it might be that Kevin sends that card number 1 in Age 3, so he can generate that extra economy needed to continuously produce these expensive units.
For sure. And did we see the name of Lionheart's deck? I know he was gonna give us something special. Oh man, didn't have any nice or greeting for Josh, or saying something very kind about you or your mom. That's unfortunate. That's only FF or FI. Okay, we see first card from Lion in Age 3. He's sending a fort. Really gonna make it difficult for Kevin to put any kind of pressure on Lion. He's going to have to send his units in right away to maybe deny that placement or get some extra damage onto the fort. But 10 Rifle Riders is pretty good. I mean, he'll be able to defend just about anything if Lionheart decides to push out of his base, but I don't see that happening really anytime soon.
Now, Kevin's only objective here is to pick off Black Watch. They will be on the field pretty soon. There's Tomahawks there. They're going to get picked off where possible. Can't really deny the fort. And I suppose Lion going for the fort just to allow his villagers to continue gathering. It's a really strong defensive gun. He knows that Kevin's coming with his forces. It's just how you want to play into this. And just look at the amount of damage being dealt with the Rough Riders. All the Tomahawks gone down already. And I guess the Black Watch still to come, but would you actually call them in the face of Rifle Riders? Just let the TC outpost and fort do the damage, and 2 Rifle Riders already going down to building fire, and a couple Tomahawks still standing. So, yeah, actually, does Lion just not send in the Black Watch? Lion might just not send in the Black Watch. What's the point in sending in Musketeers if you know they're going to get clapped by Wakina rifles?
Agreed. Yeah, I think he's just gonna gather all that coin, continue gathering food so that he can get the Skirm type units, the Rogers Rangers, and he'll be up to Age 4 in no time. While he continues, only units that we're going to be seeing for maybe a little while longer are going to be Rifle Riders. They're going to try and take down this TP, but it's gonna be a little bit too slow. Once Lionheart gets up to Age 4, it's gonna be huge power spikes.
I don't think Kevin's got much of a choice. He can't walk into a fort, town centre with full villagers, potential Minutemen, outpost. All those are working together in a tight little shell, and the Egypt's in. He can't deny it. So I think he's right to try and take down some of the train posts where possible. I guess Kevin may be tempted to think about trying to age up, maybe captured howitzers and siege from a distance. Maybe extra TCs for Tilitas. Like, he's got enough coin, he's going to go for the F5 behind this. 1,000 wood on the transition to the Age 4. He does have 2 train posts behind, so I guess he will get enough XP for another shipment. I wonder what he spend this wood on, because all the upgrade, all the units for Lakota Age 4, you have to pay for the upgrade. Maybe the Tashunki Prowlers, they are Shadow Tech, but Guard Axe Rider, Guard Rifle Rider, you know, they're all quite spenny resources. You have to put a lot of effort into it. Maybe it's extra town centers for eco, and Kevin's just going to try and be mobile with Rifle Riders. Let's have a quick look at the Age 4 deck cards that Kevin has enabled. That gives a bit of insight to see how he wants to play. And I see, yeah, he's got the Wakinas, he's got War Chief Combat Aura. I think that's attack bonus. Yeah, both unit attacks, not pretty bad. That's pretty good. He's got the Capture Mortars as well, and I think like the all Lakota unit HP, so it's a really decent card. So those 16 Wakinas or 18 Wakinas are going to be so pivotal in dealing with the Gentleman of the Pike and contesting the Rangers card as well.
Yeah, they're both getting, they're both going to H4. I mean, story of this entire stream, you know, just getting up to the higher ages, bigger number, better player. That's what they always say. We're getting factory, so it's gonna be greedy from Lionheart. It looks like by the amount of units Kevin has that Lionheart probably can tell that Kevin is also going up. With that 1,000 wood, you see Kevin did make another town center. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, Kevin is going to out-eco for the rest of the game. I don't think economy is going to be a big issue. I guess maybe just having another high HP building that Lion's gonna have to siege down might be the reason that he's doing that. But yeah, I don't know. He's gonna have a shipment right on top of his age up, so that will be nice. What do you send? Age 4 shipment first.
Well, it'd have to be the Keener rifles. That is your kind of
Yep.
your power shipment. It's a very good shipment in its own right, and he doesn't have any wood remain to upgrade either the rifles or the Wakinas to Age 4, which I think that's a bit of a shame actually.
Yeah,
That
built the
is
TC.
where
I don't think you need it.
Yeah, and the TC, I don't mind it. I like the idea of if you keep on trading, then you'll probably have more kind of scaling production. But you know, Lion's got two factories worth of most likely heavy cannon production soon to be. He's carrying on the wood at the moment, but I'm sure he'll transfer sooner or later, and that's going to represent a good 20 vils of fully efficient, you know, harvesting, gathering to production of heavy cannons. All Lion needs to do behind it is make a couple of pikemen, maybe make a couple of longbows to kind of assist, and Lionheart's ready to go. Where it's going to take a long time for Kevin to kind of transition to a point where he's out ecoing what Lion can produce.
I agree. I mean, those factories on the floor, he's gonna have actually a really good eco, although he's been kind of stalling it with the build. I mean, obviously it's not as eco heavy as it is. You know, you're just gonna get as many units on the floor. Why is he's gonna lose all of those pikes if he isn't careful? But Rogers Rangers are gonna be queued up from the church like any minute. I mean, where's the food?
What resources is he going to spend on Roger Rangers and the Queen's Rangers? Okay, it's food for Rogers, but Queen is 2k coin. He's just not going to have that. Rockets do come in behind with the Black Watch, and that's going to be enough infantry to kind of protect the rockets. I think he's hoping the rockets will do the damage on the rifle but the position here is a bit awkward actually. The rifles go in, and they are more than entitled to go and make damage. And they one-shot a rocket, and rockets will unload. I said trade there for Kevin, but I think from Lion's point of view, he can just endlessly spam rockets from there. Oh my, look at that! I was like, seven? Was it 6? I don't know. At least 2 rifle rounds went down. That is huge value there for Lionheart, and he can still sit in base. He does not need to push because he's getting XP, and he can just continuously generate more rockets. He's currently got more wood, trying more pikes. Maybe he's waiting for another shipment.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Lion isn't trying to go a little bit more all in for those Rogers Rangers. I think those are going to be really, really strong for just being able to deal with just about everything that Kevin has on the field. Those pikemen are getting some value. I mean, they're just letting the rockets do all that they ever could want and more. And oh, that lock-on almost! Oh my goodness, that would have been disgusting. Okay, we see one more shipment. Let's see what he decides to send. Is it going to be the Infinite 2 rockets? Is he going to send the longbows? So what do you think?
I want it to be longbows. I want it to be 20 longbows.
Longbows. There you go.
And I actually want him to stay longbows, because longbows destroy Wakina rifles. They are so strong into the skirmisher style conflict. He doesn't need that much damage to take down the rifle riders because they're so low HP units. And
look, he has 40 vils on the board. I've never seen this style of GMT from Lionheart. I'm sure you have, but I always see, like, it seems like he's got 18 vils by 20 minutes, and all he's doing is sending one shipment after another. This is incredible.
well, so Lion, I don't think he pivoted with 8 vil. I might be wrong on that one, but he usually he either sends 8-vil or K-wood. He hasn't done that, but the factories have been on wood all this time, and that has led him to 160 mana population, which he needs the space for the rockets,
Oh, the
for the
mortars
pikes
come in.
anyway. So it kind of helps his situation quite a bit. The mortars are great for siege and buildings, but I don't think he's winning the military war to cover the fact that he's gone for the howitzers. The howitzers are not offering no offensive threat to the army. And look at that, Lion's actually walled up the choke point there. That's quite a cute play, but I don't think it would matter too much.
Market does go down. It's a sad day when your market goes down and you have to build another one. Oh,
Well,
he
the real
does have
question
the
is,
gold. He's about to send Rogers Rangers.
The real question is has Lion got his greatcoats? And if the answer to that is no, I'm just dipping out his cast right now. Thankfully he's got his greatcoats, so I'm staying in. He the opportunity then to get rid of Harry, but nope, still here. So he's going for the Queen's Rangers behind. That's fantastic. That's 2,000 coin. That's going to convert. Unless they've not been converted already, that's going to be so many Rangers, which I'm sure he wants to upgrade them to guard status. But look at this army here. It's like 40 pike, 50 Rangers, 55 vet Rangers, and that's the 20 LB shipment. That's the 20 Queen's Rangers. That's the 6 Rogers Rangers, and maybe some more longbows trained in transition as well. What an army here from Lionheart. What role does Rightful Rise do here? They just get destroyed by the Queen's Rangers and the rockets behind.
And he's saving up for the Age 4 upgrade, I'm almost certain. And then those Rangers are going to be even stronger. He's going to have 4 rockets on the board. Pikeman taking a few shots, but nothing too crazy. Rockets do pop. He's gonna get that TP, and it's go time for Lionheart.
Yeah, have you noticed how those captured howitzers here from Kevin? They've taken down a 100 wood building, the market. That's it.
No, they took down the fort as well. The fort as well.
Okay, taking the fort, but Lion doesn't need a fort now. He's not defending. Yeah. He's now on the offense. The fort has, I guess, it served its purpose of forcing the response here from Kevin, and now he's out on the map.
Guard Rangers coming in.
Doesn't matter that the fort is not in play anymore. I don't think he does. Look, Lion's got so many units, he can't even drag box the whole army across. He's left behind 2 Tomahawks and a Blackwatch. He's got no more space to drag box. He's at the 95 military count limit. His army can take no more. He's full up, and he's just ready to fight. There is a community plaza with all villagers looking for a huge war dance, and I think Kevin's going to commit here.
This is the fight. There is not going to be another one after this. We will see who comes out on top. He isn't even war dancing. He's dancing for oh my goodness.
Dog's gone right, but Pike are pushing this back. He's got the howitzers attacking the rockets, not doing too much. The Rangers tearing down the rifle rifle. All the hand cavalry's gone down behind this basement in between the markets and the trading post. Is great position here from Lionheart, and Kevin's all at sea. This has gone terribly for him.
He is sending dog soldiers, but yeah, I mean, if Kevin would have been war dancing, then maybe. But he's about to have 6 rockets on the field. He's sending in more pikemen, and how do you kill this mass?
I guess he's hoping for that dog soldier. He's already called dog soldier big boss. I'm surprised he went in with that first push without this dog soldier shipment, but I guess he had no choice. Here we go.
Go time again, but
there's only the 3 dog soldiers. That's not ideal. You definitely want the 4 there, but he's already gone through that card. Axe Riders get some good value though, but it's the rockets behind doing a high attack, and they're going just killing the rifle riders. Yes, Axe Riders are remaining, but you've just lost your expensive units behind this. Your dog soldier big button timing as well, that momentum, and Kevin and Lionheart's just still making guard pike for free. Near enough for free.
He's about to go down. All the villagers are running away. I mean, it's about to be a trail of tears really soon. Oh man. And now I think you micro the resign button.
Yeah, it's games like this where Kevin tries to. You see Kevin on the ladder trying to play
Oh.
like standard gameplay, and then he just runs into, build orders and strategy like this. And this is Lion would lead the series 3-1, and I think Kevin's mentally battered and bruised from these games. Like, he has to find a way to kind of compose himself, and just watching Lion roll up with 8 rockets into his base. Like, Kevin's probably sat there going, what do I have to do to beat this player? And a lot of people actually say that Lion is just he's a build order player. He's a cheesy build revolt sitting base turtle player. But actually, Kevin's known this for his time, yet he still hasn't quite got the he hasn't got a plan to deal with this. I suppose if I remember correctly, I'm gonna say that Lionheart picked the Brits this game. Yes, because Kevin picked Japan last game. So this is the counter pick from Kevin, but it looks like Kevin's getting countered here hard by this playstyle.
Yeah, I mean, can you think of a time in this game where Kevin was like on the forefront? Like, besides when he had those 10 rifle riders pick off the tomahawks that didn't really even matter anyways?
No, and the reason for that is because Lion never spent 1,000 resources on Highlanders. The whole point of Kevin's play was to deal with the Highlander Falk timing.
Yep.
But Lion went for an in-base fort and just said, well, if you want to kill my villagers, come under triple building fire, which they all do burst damage versus Cav. What a strategical call there from Lion. And like, at that point, Kevin's like, great, I've spent a lot of time for this, these strong units, but they just can't get the job done. They can't fight effectively because there's no targets to kill. The villagers in the TC, the military are not being produced, but they can't siege buildings. There was no fire pit for siege dance. They don't have good siege. There's no second TC, Vil dance, fertility, and booming behind.
Yeah.
He was all in on the timing, but there's nothing
Oh my
to time.
goodness! Look at all those Vils that just died.
Yeah, I mean, well, it doesn't really matter at this point.
Yeah.
Taking down the
It's just
fire
fun
pit
to
is so
see.
smart, just to deny him that kind of that extra combat stat it provides, and he gets some kills. But I mean, at the end of the day, even if he kills everything, and there's still 8 rockets. The GG's called, and Lion does lead the series 3-1. Match point, has 3 opportunities now to win the series, and there's still so much cheese left in Lionheart's arsenal. I'm looking forward to the next couple of games.
But I mean, Lionheart is kind of out of the civs that he is known for playing, so he's gonna have to pull out some pretty crazy stuff with some civs that he might not be as comfortable with.
He still has the
Kevin.
Sweden, he still has the French, he still has the Mexicans.
Yeah,
Keep
we'll
it coming, I say.
Kevin, I think that we'll probably see I don't know, Eero probably happening pretty soon. One of his best civs, one of the civs that he's most known for, that he plays all the time. Have to see. Next game will be played on Sud, however you pronounce that.
Good. Is that that's the one? Oh, I don't know that map. That's an interesting map for this. Yeah. It's a swampy map with the TP going right through the middle. You got coin mines on the far north, far south, and like more. You kind of on like a weird island of resources, and it's a standard map. It's just like there's nothing that special about it. Just some Sudanese posts. This could be hacienda time here for Lionheart of the Mexicans. Just saying. I'm just saying. He knows.
Pretty decent map for Portuguese as well. I don't know if either player is very familiar with the Civ as far as playing it often or not.
So what makes the sort of good map for ports in particular, do you reckon, or?
If I
Is it ju-
am thinking about it correctly, there are just a lot of places where you can put it kind of off to the side of the map with lots of resources. You can kind of take a lot of map control, but I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong map. Can we see the map intro just so that I can have my bearings at the very least?
The Sud is one of the world's largest freshwater wetlands, a vast area of floating vegetation, home to hippos and crocodiles. Players spawn on their own island on either side of the swamp, near a trade route that bisects the wetlands. Sudanese tribes inhabit the edges of the marshes. Try to secure control over the central island to gain an edge over your opponent.
So this was the map I was thinking about.
It was not the
Sometimes
map
when
I
the
was
map
thinking.
kind of falls out of the map rotation, you do have to take a second guess of where does it sit? And like my example is, can you picture the Ivory Coast, the Gold Coast, and the other coastal maps of Africa? There's so many coastal maps of Africa. You start to kind of, they all blend into one. You've got Niger River, Niger Delta. You got Nile Valley. You've got, I can't remember what the map is, which is the my favorite map on ESOC patch. Can't remember what it was called, but there's so many like maps. You've played them before, but because they're out of the Civ pool, you forget they exist.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I mean, I used to be on top of all those things, but these days not so much. Okay, we do see Kevin going Iro versus Lionheart. He is playing Mexico. This could be it, folks. Can we get a prediction? Who is on Kevin's side? Kevin's main squeeze, some might say, is Iro. Going up against, in the color red, you see Lionheart at the very bottom of the map, doing as Mexico does. There are some big treasures on this map, but you slow down just a little bit when you go and you get your TP. In the top, in the color blue, we do see Kevin playing Iro, doing the Iro things. Although, is it common anymore for them to get a TP? I guess he's taking the central one.
I tell you what's not common is pronunciation of Iro. I've never heard anybody.
Iro?
Or the Iroquois, the Iros.
Iro? I don't know.
Don't change. Keep it up, Chosen. You're doing fantastic. Keep calling it the Iros. We love it.
Iro, no?
Hey, dum. He's not just a bad OE free player. He's actually a comedian as well.
Yeah. It's I'm not gonna quit my day job. How about that?
So I guess Lionheart has prepped Mexico's map, unless he has gone, fifth game, what's my fifth Civ? Oh, it's going to be Mexico, sure, and has lucked out. But I think he knows the Sudanese have the Red Sea wagons, and for the grand total of 250 food and 150 coin, you can call the two Red Sea wagons, which can build two haciendas. Haciendas themselves costing 600 wood apiece. Probably cheaper on land grab. I'm expecting Lionheart for some in-base Quattro spam. Is the Hacienda going forward? Is it going back? Probably defensive in the face of an aggressive Holman trying to play from Kevin. I'm expecting aggression here from Kevin because there's no water on this map, so there's no H1 dock. And I don't think Howard really have anything else going for them at the moment in the current meta. I think their Age 3 play is lacking in terms of economy to back up their units. Is pretty decent, but there's no siege. And Lionheart is going mid-map here with the Hacienda, so maybe just standard Mexico from Lion. I'm speechless.
Speechless indeed. I mean, Hacienda in the middle of the map. You're going to take some very needed map control with all the swamps all around the map. It makes it a little bit difficult to find spots to place stuff if you want to take map control. So we will see. It looks like Kevin... Did we see his deck yet? Okay, Kevin pretty well-rounded deck. It looks like he's gonna go for some Age 3 play, maybe after a slight aggression in Age 2. What about Lionheart? What are we seeing from him?
I think Lion's gonna go early Central America revolt.
Ooh.
Oh no, he has his Rancheros deck though, so. But I'm just a bit concerned by the middle hacienda in the middle of the map because maybe it's just to kind of like fake out Kevin. He still has the 10 Insurgents H2, Navajo Riflemen, and some other units to kind of go for an early standard play, then maybe pivot more into Koshara spam. But quite often, if you're going for the Kosharas, you're in base and you try and play as defensive as possible. Here comes the 700 wood, and looking at this coin macros, food macro, and the wood coming behind, this is going to be an Age 2 early revolt. Barracks has been thrown down. This is going to be a really early time into Central America. Baja Revolution has been banned for this tournament, but so what? You can go to Central America, you can ship in falconets, you can train soldados, and you can revolt with an extra 7 villages of economy straight away. This is actually a really good play in timing here from Lion. We'll just have to see how this works out in the face of early pressure from Kevin. Here come the 4 Kanye West, as we call them. And I'm sure he'll back this up with
And
Tomahawk.
the Kanya are going west. It's true. Prophecy fulfilled. We do see the Kanya. They're going right away. They might pick up some. Never mind. No explorer kills. Villagers are getting idled just a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Wood is on the ground. I think we're gonna see revolt. Yep, right away. Villagers are getting pestered. They're trying to get as much res as possible before he does get up. But he did gather everything on the ground. He's going to be revolted in 3, 2, 1. Now what?
I haven't thought about that part yet. Maybe, well, he needs some sort of units because he's losing that middle map hacienda. This is what I was a bit unsure about his mid-map hacienda play here because it's kind of awkward. He's gone for these early falconets, which is going to turn up with a bunch of militia as well to defend it, and with some micro. He's just going to try and out-micro Kevin. That's the only thing he's trying to do is out-micro, but I think the hacienda's going down, so we'll salute that one. That's a lot of XP to give Haudenosaunee. Maybe
sure,
it was just to buy time.
Oop, Kanya, they're being a little bit annoying, but we're going to see pushed off.
The thing is, I don't like this play here from Lion in general because you could. He's got a lot of vills. He could have just stretched out a little bit more to get an artillery foundry and could have sent in 700 coin instead of paying to send 1 falc and could have ended up with 2 falcs, maybe 3, and kind of. It's a really inefficient way to get falc. It's pretty decent kind of like that tempo, but until you have other stuff with it, it's kind of awkward. And this is what Lion's waiting for. He's waiting for the full Soldado 1 petard shipment, and will then push with it.
He's gonna get the XP though from this treasure, which will be very nice. It'll help the shipment curve. He does get soldados, and he gets the petard. Well, let's see. 1 lonely petard. I'm not sure exactly what it'll do.
I'll tell you what I love him to do is to keep the petards off to the side and nuke his town centre in the blue, because there's no Minutemen for Haudenosaunee. They have their community plaza, but Iro doesn't often have they don't often go for a community plaza. He's going to go straight for the forward Warhut. The infantry's gone south. He's out of position. Goodbye, Warhut. This is a time in here from Light. He's
Oh, the petard
TP. Oh no!
going catching strays. The TP is. Kanya are about to sneak up. Is he going to be able to surround? He's going to get some shots off of it. Oh no, that is not good for Lion. He loses that. I mean, 3 Kanya for 1 falconet. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's worthwhile. He's going to lose.
Yeah, very worthwhile. That's an incredible trade there for Kevin. So Lion forgot that that Kanye Horsemen, have multipliers in melee versus artillery. That's why it went down so fast. I don't think Lion priced that time in. He's going to try and zone this army off, and with some soldados in here, double hero explorer, sending in another artillery piece behind and training more militia. If if Harold walked back into the Mexico TC, he's gonna get egg on his face. Quite literally, those cannonballs are gonna splatter and get some bit of kills. Yeah, Harold is going back into Mexico. This is an awkward place, and Kevin's trapped on the edge of the map. There's no ANS. This is all tomahawks, and you need ANS to kill the infantry, and this is not
Explorers going
ideal.
into melee. I mean, the whole army is about to go down. Soldado's putting in a lot of work. One going down, but pretty
And you're
much
getting a
nothing
raid in.
going down
Hopefully
whatsoever.
it's not on the Falconet, but the whole army
Yeah,
from
the
Kevin's
Falconet's
gone.
about to die.
Is he DC'd? Is he DC'd again? He's just standing still and lost it. No, he's not. He's.
I mean,
What's Kevin doing?
I
On the
don't
horn, huh?
know.
And the thing is, if he loses this game, he loses the series. I have to assume, I have to assume he picked up a Falconet there because Lion was sending a Falconet, and I don't see a Falconet on the field.
Yeah, there's no Falconet unless he changed the shipment after. I don't know.
It's infinite, so you won't spot it, but maybe that's an action replay later on. But Etar's on the field, but he's got to move out and take down that middle train. But he's got to remember that war going down. There's no more reinforcement. ANs do
That
come
is
up
what
though,
they
and
need.
they will be tacking onto the infantry.
TP about to go down, but not without a few more free shots from the Iana. All right, but you were giving me a hard time about saying Iro, but then you're saying Kanye. I think we are even.
Okay, it's Kanye, but Kanye is the joke. Like it's the Kanye West.
I guess I don't have any joke to go along with my bad pronunciation, so I guess we're not even. But are those Kanye, even more Kanye on the floor? In the back? Yep. Okay. Interesting. They are not really picking up many vills. We have 15 vills still for Lion. I mean, we keep this going much longer, and I think Kevin's just going to be able to scale. I mean, what more does Lion have to do except for build militiamen?
Yeah, but Lion's got the dream composition here. Musk Falk, he's setting coin. He has to wait into more Falconets. The problem is he's been engaged by Hamstring's Cav and Aena, and if he can kind of get out of the way and keep the army alive and wait until the Falconets are made, then he should be fine. But if he has to really fight hard before they're produced, he's in big trouble. One Falcon Q right now, and it's all going to be the timing on how the Falcon gets out.
Those revolutionaries have bonuses against Cav in range, so I don't know if we want to just keep on making a whole lot of Cav. I mean, a few are fine, but we'll have to see if that artillery foundry goes down. That will be a big loss for Lionheart.
I mean, he won't let it go down though. He won't let it go down. He will move the army onto the artillery foundry to protect the Falcons coming out, and the Falcons will kill the Aenas.
He's gonna have to get all that gold really quickly before. I mean, just one pop of I don't know. I mean, it's coming in.
One is fine though. It's not the end of the world. Because that's going to put so much pressure on the Aenas. The Cav will have to dive bomb this. If they want to kill the Falcons, they have to dive bomb.
This might be the game right here. I mean, they're getting such a good surround. Oh my goodness. A lot of those Minutemen, though, are still on the board. All he needs to do is do one hit, but those Minutemen, they're high DPS units. Lots of villagers going down. Oh, this is looking about as good as it could have been for Kevin. I think we might be seeing the GG from Lion. Villagers are going down. The Petard is fighting in melee, and yes, GG. Okay, Kevin holds on. 2-3. Lionheart. Wow.
Yeah, I think Lionheart would be a bit disappointed how he allowed the Kanye Horsemen to kind of make contact with the Falcons twice. Couple times.
If he sent that shipment twice.
We don't quite know. Maybe we can see it in the military population if there's a little bit of a noticeable dip of 5 population. Can we find a 5 population dip in Lion Red? maybe not. I don't know. We'd have to speculate. Is the short answer there. But it's crazy.
Oh, there we go. It's right there.
Yeah, that was Yeah, but that was the Falk going down for the Kanye Horseman trade on the TP in the middle of the map. That was fine.
That is true.
So maybe, yeah, because Lion didn't lose that many units clean up Kevin's army to the south, but he was sending something in transition, and that might have been the Falk going down there at that point. So, yeah, I think Lion pretty much had. Well, it was a close game. I think Lion would have counted himself to win that. If he played it again, I think he'd be quite happy to take that. But he hasn't. He has to think of a new plan behind there. But even at the end, all it had to do was pop some vills out from the TC and make sure the Kanye do not make contact with the Falconet. And then the game gets a lot more complicated at that point because the infantry doing bonus damage versus the Kanye, the air's are getting blasted off the face by the Falconet. The combination of what Mexico does there is actually really strong. I just think overall, losing the Hacienda, some of the execution, the floating in a lot of resources floating in transition to the Central America revolt. I'm unsure what he wanted to save up the extra resources for.
Yeah, I mean, it just was relatively good execution from Kevin. He got all of the sneaky snipes on the Falconets. Really didn't ever allow Lion to get that critical mass that he would have wanted. Game 3 predictions are now closed. So now that's finally going to the people that need them. We see Drown Age AOE3 donated $10. Thank you so much. You are definitely a true hero. Oh, we are now in emote only chat for 2 minutes. Thank you to Lars, Man, and F. I'm just kidding.
The chatter's going full scam sock mode today, and if I can scam all your points, I will do so gladly.
Gladly and without sadness.
We going straight in?
What do we have?
Straight in.
We are going straight in.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're in game number 6. We're on Manchuria. The matchup is going to be Sweden versus France. Kevin playing as the French spawning to the northeast in the colour blue, and Lionheart in the yellow colour spawning down to the southwest. And I kind of feel a sense of warmth seeing Lionheart coming home to Sweden. It feels like it's been a long time coming, but he's been getting back to the Civ. He used to main the Civ and play it day in, day out, but it's kind of fallen out of favour with the kind of shiny bells and whistles that other Civs have. And actually, I'm surprised I've not really seen the French play yet from Lionheart. But Sweden is the choice. Manchuria is the map. There's quite a lot of gold mines. There's a gold mine to the northwest and probably to the far north as well for mirror position for Kevin. And maybe a couple gold mines in the middle of the map. Lion may be tempted for some Swedish advanced church halberdier play. It could be full shake cancer mode and go in full hackapleats in the third age spam. Maybe Savlax Jaegers. Or could just be Caro Falk, Musk Falk. That is, I think Musk Falk was the most safe for Lionheart in terms of his play style and gameplay. And I just think this matchup is probably French favoured. The map is favouring France, the Scout and the Yaks, and
all
look
the
at
cows.
Yeah, the Yaks.
I mean,
Yaks.
he needs one.
Yaks,
sorry,
they're not
Yaks.
cows.
The Yaks. I'm sorry.
They are a different herdable class. There you go. How about that?
He's eating them all. He is going to have a very fast. He might not even age 13. He's going to just have 12. He's going to be up so quick. What do you think that is indicative of, Harrison?
12-10 standard meta in 1 versus 1. The reason being, you get it faster, so 400 wood comes in faster. You chop your markets quicker. I mean, I suppose that doesn't really matter too much, but it's you're up faster. Your 4 vills come in faster. Everything you do is just a little bit more. It's just a little bit more forward. And let's say you went in for an early stable or went sending 3 hussars, card number 1. You might have 3 hussars in Sweden's base before they've even built a barracks. You could deny quite a lot of ideas there. Maybe if Lion's hoping to get some vills out of the map for Torpin, could be an opportunity to really punish that. And if I'm playing Germany, sometimes I go for a 16 villager population age up just to try and get these things moving that little bit faster. We keep on saying sometimes the games are separated by a couple of seconds, a couple of inches here or there. One player's a little bit slower, one player's a little bit faster. It just compounds, and you can use that and jump and kind of get into a better position. Lion's deck is on the show, and yeah, he's got lever gun carriages in age 3. He's got Carolians, he's got platoon fire, snap lock, stay lifeguards, heavy cannons. That is a Musk Falk deck for the ages.
Love to see it. Musk Falk for the win. What are we seeing from Kevin? Okay, pretty standard deck, all things considered. I would love to see an H4, although he probably won't be going H4. The 6 curs are so strong in H4. But maybe not what you need when you're playing against Sweden, when pretty much all they're going to be going is Carolians. Pretty stand. Oh, dude, he sends 3 Hus first. That's a deviation as far as I can tell. Generally, 4 vills would be what I would send pretty much always. What do you think about the 3 Hus just right off the get-go?
Well, I mean, it basically says to Lion that you cannot torp outside your base. So you have to be stuck inside the base because there's 3 hussars running around. Maybe the torp wagons might get something down, but if 3 hus connect with a wagon, trying to get onto a mine outside his base is going to be... He might have to risk it. He might have to drop it down in the middle of nowhere, and that's what we're saying about the 12-10. Gets you in the position where you get to call the shots. You get on the front foot, and it's why it's so important in the 1v1. The meta for France is 12-10. Like, the
vill is coming back.
It used to be 14 vills, sometimes sneaker 13, but it's just both of those decisions are worse. Look, a torp has been left unconstructed. All villagers in the town centre chilling. Torp wagons come out, but they have to go somewhere, and the hussars are going to siege him down. He knows they got to go. Yeah, he's just... Oh, that's really impressive to throw them down that quickly. I will give him credit for that. He's got something out of a bad situation. Well played.
One vill going down, and then that torp is going on trees, so I mean, it could be worse. But they are out of the TC fire range, so he can always just put those, be annoying on them, and the Carolians are going to have to push out of the base. They're going to get a shot off on the cavalry, and I think he's just going to walk back home.
I mean, if I was Lion right now, I'd feel like I've been mentally done by Kevin, because when you send Dominions, you expect that all 4 of those torps will be landing on a coin mine. That's just standard theory. That's what you do with them. And then you can send in something like Engelberg Ironworks behind, and you can have a strong economy. But what Kevin's done is forced some really poor placement of the torps. They're not all on coin mines. Some of them have got a couple of trees. The wood income is pretty low. He's got a barracks with a musk who's putting pressure. Villagers, they've got to be careful. He needs to drop down a barracks just to get Carolians out, just to contest the musks already on the field, which is doing quite a decent job. But then Kevin, with 700 wood behind, he's going for the stagecoach.
Yeah. It's he's put Lion in somewhat of a difficult spot as far as his economy goes, and behind it, he's going to make up for sending those 3 Hus instead of the 4 vills that are just now coming in. Stagecoach coming in. 4, it's 3 TPs right now, but it's about to be 4. I'm sure he's going to switch all of those off of XP. Going to put them on wood. He's going to need a house because he is currently housed. Stagecoach comes in, switch to wood. He's going to get another 200 wood, get 4 TP Stagecoach. This is not looking good for Lion. I don't know about you. He's sending the 700 gold. I cannot imagine he's going to try and stay in age 2 very much longer, Kevin. Ooh, leather cannons do come in. He might have to force the issue, though.
No, I disagree with the Kevin staying wanting to go straight. I think Kevin's point of view, he's got mid-map. He knows that Sweden, if they don't have coin mines to torp, they die. He's got stagecoach. He wants to do everything in his powers to keep the status quo as it is, i.e. Kevin having the trade line and Lion having 0 map. This works for him, and the coin will be Musk production. He should be pumping units out. I hope he's pumping units out, and Lionheart is breaking free from his base. He knows he needs to do something, and actually the leather cannons will give him the opportunity to get stuff done. First volley comes in, Musk goes down, and Kevin is like, he's outgunned. He's having to run away.
Yeah, he is going up to age 3. I know that would have been the correct play, I think, to just stay in age 2, but he is going up to age 3, and I mean, you get Falcons on the board, you start getting some skirms. I still think that Kevin is probably in a commanding lead, even if he does lose his forward base, which sadly it does look like he's going to have to do, but not without the price. It looks like we might see a few torps going down in the meantime.
Straight back of base here from Sweden. Maybe a Vil going down on the hunt exposed. Yeah, there's a Vil in there. The Caroline pop. The cheeky bait. The cheeky bait. Lion is master of this baiting position. I think she might be stuck actually. Help me, step bro. I'm stuck.
Oh, we do see a dock going down as well from Lionheart. He's gonna try and I mean, food might start running out if he keeps getting pushed in his base. The villagers are walking. He doesn't know that the Caroleans are close behind. Villagers are going to maybe possibly escape. The snare's not going to get on them. Those Caroleans, if they rush, they use their ability, they might get on top of them. I mean, maybe a little bit too late. The Falconets are going to be coming in about 20 seconds now. Those villagers, though, are going to get caught out. Does he have... I don't think he has Grey Coat, so you're going to have to leave the cast. Oh, he does.
Oh, no, he does. He does have Grey Coat. I can stay in the cast. So, Lionheart using the charge ability there, I don't think it was the wrong play, but had the charge ability now to deal with the Falconets. And to kind of close the distance will take time. I think to take some huge volleys. The Falcon should do some. You can see how Kevin's wants to zone us off and just basically punish Lion over doing it. But yeah, the 2 Falcons will take off the leather cannons, but there's still a lot of Carolines, and he's left the door open. The Carolines and the Falcon. What are you doing, Kevin? Oh, he's just left the door open, and the 1 Falcon goes down, 2 Falcon goes down, and this.
We should have seen, in my personal opinion, I think. We see the goons actually go into melee, and we have the Musk sit on top of the Falcons. Don't really worry about the leathers, and just get all the Caroleans down. And I think that's actually kind of an easy cleanup if Kevin would have done that a little bit differently. But what do I know? You know, I'm barely 1500, and Kevin is much higher than me. So.
Yeah, no, I think all Kevin needs to do was put his units onto the Falconets and ensure the Falconets stay alive. The fact that he allowed high melee damage Carrions on top of his Falconets was it was a misplay. It's not ideal. He did get, kills in transition. The Falcons still got value even in close combat, so it's not the end of the world, but...
And now Sweden's up. He's H3. I mean, he's going to be with no time at all.
Yeah, and this is the point. Kevin should be pushing Sweden right now with Falconets, but he's got no Falcons because he's let Carolines get on top of that, and this is all because he's aged up in the first place, giving Lionheart that breathing space. We're talking about how Kevin basically had Lion on top of a curb, ready to do deal with the finishing blow, but there's torps in the middle of them. How do they get there? Because he's let him out of the base, and okay, Lion hasn't dealt with the training post line, so the economy's still fantastic here.
Are about to go down. That's not bad, but remember, he is on water as well, so we just keep on letting this happen. He's going to be able to spend a little bit of his excess wood here and there on the water. It's going to pay dividends in the future, but the villager count is not nearly as high as you would maybe want to see. He does have a pretty high torp count, but I don't know. I do not really want to be pushing with skirms here. He is getting some curs, so that's going to be good. He's about to send curs on top of that with shipment.
I think the skirm goon play here from Kevin's absolutely fine, to be honest. I think the water play here from Lion, if we look at how many fishing boats he's got, 4, 5, it's not a lot. They're not upgraded. This is low returns for investment at the moment. It's going to take a long time for him to pay off, and versus a sieve in the third age with Stagecoach, he's just kind of getting himself into that negative. I feel like he's just getting further and further behind compared to 4 Stagecoach Eco, and the Skirms kill the Carolians, the Goons kill the Carolians, and the Falcons and the Crassiers are there to mop up some vills. It's okay, Kevin's recovered the position, and I guess, I mean, Lions forced water because of the Torp situation, and that's still thanks to Kevin's great play early on in the game, and that early play will
Those were some
forever
good-
make a marker in this game.
Good volleys though on the skirms. I mean, Lions TC was idled for, I don't know, like almost a minute without any vills being trained. I guess kind of classic for Ironheart to be doing that. The Falcons are about to go down. The Curs are doing whatever they want as they please. The Skirms, there are very few of them, but Goons, Curs on top of this, he's just about to get cleaned up. He did get the Carolean card sent in, which is going to help give him some extra help, but man, this army is looking beefy, strong, all those good words, and I don't know what you do now. How do you kill this? I mean, 10 more Caroleans, 20 more Caroleans, 40 more Caroleans? Does that even clean this army up?
Unfortunately, this is really tough territory because he's got 1,000 wood left over, kind of like ready to spend. He sent in the ranged musketeer card instead of the anti-cav musketeer card, or I should have already sent in. No, he hasn't even sent in 9 Caras yet. So surprised he's gone for 2 Falc into Musk upgrade, but he never really had the mass to compete with what Kevin had at that point in time. So, you know, Kevin's taking a 5k score point lead, but has now regained full map control, still has Stagecoach, villagers out on the map gathering natural resources again, and yes,
And
Lions
No food in base. Like, look at, he has 3 villagers on food. He's got 19 villagers chopping wood. Like, what are you gonna use that wood for? Like, maybe make one more dock, and you're gonna start putting those fishing boats on food. But even still, they like half of them are on whales. Like, I don't know. He's now training falconets. How many falcons do you need in order to win? Like, almost none of his army is skirms anyways. Like, I don't know. I think
he would need like 3 Falc. The problem is you just don't kill goons as Sweden here unless you have
Curs.
a lot of Carolians, because there's no bonus versus Dragoons. Dragoons have range resist as well. It's an awkward situation, and I think this game will either peter out to a slow strangle or to a quick let's try and break out, and not going to pay off. But we have to go back to the 12-10, the Eat and the Yaks. The 3 Hussars card, it was the 3 Hussars which put the pressure on the Dominion Torps.
Shot. I mean, 2, 3 skirms that just died. But yeah, I agree. That that shipment of 3 Hussars, I think, just caught Lion off guard. Slowed his build way down. Didn't get to put the Torps where he wanted them. Although he did get some good, like, all things considered, they did get placed well. But I think it's just so demoralizing.
Yeah, I think Lion will hit the button once he sees the Kevin has reached a 4th age button, because of the 4th age. Well, yeah, click the age 4 button, shall I say? Because you have water, but great, you just don't keep up with 2 factory cards, heavy cannons. Like you can dream that you're keeping up, but you won't keep up with it. And the fact that Kevin's still pumping out Crassiers, skirmishers, and then going for the tech advantage behind. It's just something that would be insurmountable to come back on. Well, at this point, Lion doesn't know about this. He feels that there's a chance, but he kind of needs to then break out to punish Kevin aging up. But I don't know how you can even punish Kevin aging up here.
I mean, you just kind of sit in your base and you cry a little bit, lick your wounds, and then get prepared for Game 7. I mean, could you guys have asked for anything better? I mean, 3-1, and then we're gonna be at a 3-3 pretty soon, unless something really crazy happens. Kevin accidentally deletes his whole army. I don't know. This is gonna be a good series. What you guys all came here for, and what you guys were looking forward to, is becoming a reality. Kevin is very much popped, but that's because he has the heavy cannons coming in. But you know, he might not even need those heavy cannons to show up. I mean, once he goes right into that base, he's got the extra 2 Falcons as well from the age up. Villagers are about to go down. Corps are about to be destroyed. You know, what do you do?
Oh yeah, just imagine if we have another connection loss for Kevin. Just imagine.
That would
Lionheart sneaking the admin win there. That'd be amazing. He needs to pray. He needs to drag this on as long as possible and pray for a miracle, because miracles are few and far between. 2 Colts going to be trained from
The
Lion. They will
Colts
move
will
out
be
to
helpful.
take down the Falconets.
Yeah, how does he? Oh, that was a good bounce. Oh boy. But now he does know that the Kolbs are there. The heavies are going to be much more wary of what's going on. You have age 2 pikes against curs, which, you know, you might even see them go age 4. What are we macroing for as Kevin here?
Anything you like, really. I mean, you need wood for guard techs. You need coin for
It's almost 200
mercantilism.
pop. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
well, welcome to the Zuta theory of more stuff. More stuff beats less stuff. And the more stuff you have, well, thanks to Lancaster laws, if they're all doing something in the fight, well, it's looking pretty good.
I think it would be funny. We just see all the curs, not any other unit supporting, just all the curs go on top of what Lionheart has. I think he still wins.
Yeah,
How many curs does he
definitely,
have?
because Crassiers, the Carolines, they don't have a great melee versus Crassiers, and as soon as the heavy cavalry close that distance down and make the platoon fire upgrade on the Carolines rather useless, then it's
Combat
pretty...
coming in, gendarmes about to be teched. Oh my goodness. These are about to be some beefy boys.
The beefiest of beefy
Just like you
bourgeois.
like. Oh, he has
I think-
4 Kolbs though.
I think we can just watch Lion's destruction, though, untimely end. Yeah, 4 Colts might deal with the R3 problem, but spending 2,000 resources in anti-artillery doesn't deal with the gendarme problem.
Yeah, I mean, he could just not make a single unit the rest of the game, and I think he still wins. So.
And here he goes.
Oh, I mean, he's sacking
31.
stuff. It doesn't really matter.
Cap charges in.
And blue bubbles. 50, 10s, 50s. I mean, like I said, gendarmes, you're going crazy. The skirm helping out. They don't really need to do anything. They can just watch big brothers on the horsies go in. I mean, actually, this is a better fight than I was thinking. I mean, he's getting him in positions that he might not really want to be in, but yeah, I mean, gendarmes, they have crazy splash damage. Skirm are helping out from the other side. They're just snaring. I think we'll see GG any moment. Double the score. Do we have a train? I want to see him tech the train. That would be fun.
Why the train line upgrade is like the most underwhelming upgrade in the game. It's really bad.
Really?
Yeah.
How
Well, you're paying 700 resources to own, like, it takes so long for it to pay off. Like, you have to have the train.
You own a train.
It only moves slightly faster than a horse.
That is disappointing.
I mean, more the fact that it costs 700 resources to upgrade, so you have to wait a long time to recoup that cost.
Yeah, why does it cost so much if it's...
Hashtag DE game devs, I guess. Who wins? Carnage Gendarmes or some Jaegers? I think Carnage Gendarmes still win that one.
I don't know, it's gonna be pretty close. You never know.
I think if Lion goes into melee mode, he might win this. Oh, no, he's still in
Never
stand
mind.
ground.
He didn't
Oh, well.
believe in himself.
GG, and ladies and
GG.
gentlemen, what does that tell us? That tells us that Kevin is not out for the count. He's coming back. The redemption arc is strong. It's 3-all at the moment. We are going into game number 7. if I remember the map, I'll tell you the map, but I don't think that really matters right now. We need to enjoy Kevin's victory. I thought Kevin played this exceptionally well. That early pressure with the French 12-10, 3 Hus, 5 Musk early play, or say 3 Hus, early play, forced Lion into a right state, and then kind of dictated the rest of the game, took map control, stagecoach, and closed the game off safely in the end, and that was a joy to watch. Lion is kicking himself that he couldn't finish the game last game on the Sud with the Mexican Central America, and it's now a decider, and people in the chat are saying Lion's remaining civs are kind of cooked. He doesn't have as much options as he wanted to.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Might be the French.
I mean, we'll probably see British coming out from Kevin. If I had to guess, I mean, it's Cascade Range. I mean, that's like last high tier civ, really good civ. I mean, unless he wants to play Dutch, which I'm not sure I recommend. But we'll have to see. It's not looking good for Lion after blowing a 3-1 lead.
I'm struggling.
Italy is still available. That is
I'm struggling to count who's picking first here, because I think Lion picked first to game number 2. So if it's Lion, Kevin picks first in this last game, which is a bit of a downside. So I don't expect to see a Dutch play from Kevin because it's counter-pickable, but I have seen Kevin practicing it with the Chinese on ladder, and some people say that China is a very good civ at the moment, a really good civ. I agree that Aztec and Italy are better civs than the remaining S tier. Kevin not yet played the USA. I don't think he will. I don't think he's the USA enjoyer, but there's plenty of other quotation marks S tier civs that Kevin still has remaining.
Yeah. We'll have to see. Can you send us into the map tutorial video DIY, Josh?
The Cascade Range is an inhospitable mountain range along the North American west coast. Its sparse hunts and small tin mines are complemented by an equally limited amount of fish in 2 small lakes on the sides of the map. Be quick to collect the many unguarded beaver treasures, because you won't find much else.
We're playing the Cascade Range for the last game of the series. That will be... It's tough. That's very in your face. You've got no...
Yeah, it's just a big old funnel. I mean, if India was a good civ these days, that's what I would pick. Just block it all off. But yeah, Aztec probably good. Get the war hut right in the middle. Send coyotes everywhere. Low hunt map. You can kind of just do whatever you want.
Aztec good. Russia good. Italy surprisingly good, I reckon. You don't civs which don't need map control, don't need training posts. This is a type of map where actually civs like those can still shine. Portuguese probably not, but if the game stays early enough, this could be a French play from Lionheart, double natives, Nootka and Klamath, but the Nootka themselves aren't great. But Psionic would love this map because the Nootka Club and Nootka Bark clothing 50% HP.
Dutch from Kevin against Portuguese. Oh my goodness. What in the world? Okay, let's see here.
I mean, that fake hype, I fucking love it, Chosen. Oh my... I'm really surprised by Lion's Port play, though. I will say that. I think Port isn't a real counter to Dutch, and...
I mean, it takes a lot of map, but you're going to need a lot of food, which this map does not have. You're going to run out really quickly.
No, I mean, hopefully, with Lion playing this correctly, the game will be over by 9 minutes. That's what he wants to do. He wants to be play it like a Swisher Gut style, aggressive, forward halbs, organ guns, because Kevin, he doesn't need much hunt. He's playing as Dutch. Doesn't need much tin mines. He's playing as Dutch. 5 banks go broke. There's no starting trading post here for the Portuguese. What's Lion gonna do? Open up with a market?
It's
A
like
dock?
5-1 odds right now in Kevin's favor. Go ahead, get your predictions in. Even higher odds. We see 86% of people thinking Kevin is going to take this game. What do you even do as port? Are you gonna try and go halb and get some organs and call it a day? We'll have to see. Harrison, introduce the players. Final game, best of 7.
Yeah. That's how Lion would introduce this game. But I'm not Lion, I'm Harrison. Welcome back. This is our final game. Game number 7 of this best of 7 between Lion and Kevin. We're on the Cascade Range, a low eco map. Kevin has gone for the Portuguese. Lionheart gone for the Lion's gone for the Portuguese. He's pointing to the northwest in the colour red. Kevin has gone for the Dutch. Kevin has picked the Dutch. Lion's counter-picked with the Portuguese. And I don't remember the last time I saw Lion play as the Portuguese. I hope he's not going for a revolt build because the map doesn't really have enough resources, nor does your opponent's Civ really lend you to this playstyle. I don't think a Warp Boom's on the option. I think an aggressive Swisher Gut style FF is on the cards, but only Lion knows how Lion plays, and we've been wrong many times in this series of what is in the head of Lion. And Kevin on the Redemption arc, playing a Civ he knows very well, and come on Kevin, let's do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, as someone who enjoys Dutch myself, I appreciate when there are so many beaver treasures all over the map, especially if one explorer, you only have so much HP, you can just walk around, pick up some beaver treasures, not have to chop much coin at all. You're just having a merry old day. We're seeing a 10-10. What is he? Is he making a dock?
No, it's just Portuguese 10-10. It's just the way
Without a
Portuguese
TP.
play.
Yeah, no TP. That's 90 wood. You could have chopped 10 more to. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. It seems slow to me, but don't call me a port player. So.
Well, so if you, for the FF you only need 2 cards. That is Fate Auras and 700 coins. So you're not going to be delayed on that. You have the market down for the extra resources, so the age up to the 3rd age should be very quick here from Lion. I just fear that without that opening TP, which is kind of really useful for ports, maybe he might go for a church in age 2 before he really commits to the 3rd age. He might just run out of steam and Kevin can just make enough units to kind of hold. If Kevin realizes that Lion's gone for the FF play, it might be in Kevin's interest to stay H2 and make us skirm and just kind of embrace the fact that he's got the banks, he's got the eco. All he needs to do is weather some super powerful shipments and he should be in a good position. Maybe forcing a fort shipment from Lionheart. Obviously, you cannot be aggressive with a fort. Now allow Kevin to make even more banks and control the game. With a cool, calm, collected head, Kevin, I feel, has got the tools for this one, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what Lion wants to do because he's obviously got the late age 4 cards. He may want to do like a Peru revolt, Brazil revolt, Colombia revolt, those ideas. But I think versus Dutch on this map is just feels bad moment.
As a Dutch player yourself, Harrison, how do you feel about the yucky 700 gold?
What?
100 gold in your deck as Kevin. I personally am not a big fan of 700 gold, but
Okay, sorry. Okay, right. He's got both 700 food and 700 gold. Ideally, most games you never send either, but having both those cards gives flexibility. 700 gold makes sense if you're doing something like a full-on Hussar play, and once you realise that, you can then just all on food. 700 food is most likely to be the most efficient for all those resources being used for the age up. I don't think it'll make a massive difference this game. Well, might do if Kevin's making units who can spam both. we'll just have to see how Kevin reads this, because I'm sure Kevin knows that TC is going forward and Lionheart is going to the third age.
How many banks do you think are going to be made before we get a bunch of units on the floor?
But if Kevin is going to go to the third age, it'll probably be a 3 bank. The build order there being bank wagon 700 coin. If it's going to be a stage 2 make units, it's going to be a 4 bank 700 wood. Bank wagon maybe 600 wood, or just unit shipments or whatever, just kind of play from that point onwards. What I kind of fear is what Harrison would do would be the 700 wood bank wagon, try to get a market down 100 dogs, do a 4 bank semi-FF, but then be
Stable.
awkwardly slow in front of organ gun Halb. So interesting to see if Kevin is going to make units age 2, or he's going to just try and tee himself up for a third age play.
Stable market house as well as the bank. He's probably going to buy wood to get the hunting dogs, maybe. And
Yeah, this is kind of the problem of this market at this point in time, because if you go for a full batch of hussars, you're going to need another house for population space. So the hunting dogs is just not really feasible at this point in time, and we're going to see the full hussars come in. Maybe on 600 wood he can get all the techs he wants from the market afterwards. But,
Ethiopian Queen, so it's going to be the Shodel instead of the FFF. I mean, instead of the fast stage, but I guess that makes sense, especially with no TP. You're not going to have a shipment in time, very likely. Might as well have six Chateau.
Yeah, five elite Shotels are pretty good. He would have had a shipment if he hit fast stage, because it's so super close, but that is his one shipment, and actually, yeah, give it time, but if having 5 Shotels on the field is itself a really strong unit shipment position to have on the age up. So he's going to time that either with Cassadors for the range, or Halberdiers for the siege and melee, or I don't think he go organs card 1, but you see the Hussar out there. We've got to raid the villagers, and I guess the Shotels should win versus Huss with TC5, maybe Minutemen and other stuff, but you can see how Kevin's just idled the entire Portuguese economy straight away, and a bit of a freebie there for him.
It's a free market if he wants it. I don't know how much use that's going to do, just sieging with 5 Huss, but... Okay, we do see Lionheart. He's up. He's got the Shodel on the floor. Another TC.
He's looking for it. He's looking for the TC. Yep. He's found it. He's found the foundation. And 10 Hussars will get the siege down.
Sending Minutemen. I don't know if the siege is going to happen. He's just going to have to run away. But, I mean, that's a good catch. He's going to get a lot of pot shots off. I don't know how many Huss are going to die.
He just turns on us. As you see, Hussars are way stronger than Shotels. Shotels are they're like the Naginata riders. They are good versus kind of archables. And in the face of heavy cavalry, they do kind of fall over. Minutemen being called as well. So that's resources that Lion just doesn't really have spare. He needed
lots of Halbs. Yep, Halbs on the floor. It feels yucky to send Halbs like first card when you get up to age 3, but we'll have to see.
What else you send?
Maybe goons, or I don't. Fort.
Yeah, I suppose goons
really
is fine.
nice.
Because you can't send Cassadors because you've seen the Huss. You can't send organ guns because you've seen the Huss. So you kind of need to kind of lay the bed of protection for the organ guns with the halberdiers first. But now that the pikemen are in from Kevin, he's going to try and start seeing some town centres. Kevin's point of view, he does actually have nothing to kill halberdiers.
Are coming.
Okay, here's the 5 guns. Yeah, he should be able to pick off his house quite comfortably, and this TC is going down.
But organs will come in around the same time this TC goes down. TC fire isn't going to do a whole lot. There aren't a lot of vills around. He does have, 6 0 HP Minutemen, and then he can also call an additional 6. But those organ guns might not have as much protection as you'd want. Might not take the best trade if you show them to Kevin, and he is going to see them. They're going to unpack. They're going to kill, what, 2 skirm? for a TC, it's gonna. We'll have to see what happens. He is now popped. Not that it matters a whole lot because he's not really having anything anyways to make units with. Huts are just gonna run around all over the place, and with such a immobile army, I mean, what do you do?
Yeah,
So
well,
many Huts on the field.
Portuguese
Bill's
need to be
going
marching
down.
forward, but they're just going home to do with the Huss. And I was saying that either Kevin straight FFs, stages 2 mixed units, but make sure we don't get caught in between the two ideas. He stayed H2, and he just feels simple at this point because he's just all his economy is just going to military, and once he deals with a couple of the halbs, the organ guns unprotected. The fact that now there's about 11 halberdiers on the field, maybe 12. This is getting a bit awkward here for Kevin because the skirms get picked up by the organs. He's got nothing to kill the halberdiers. So yes, he has the momentum, but eventually Ports will just walk into Dutch's base and will force the response. And Kevin, okay, he's got some skirms in stagger mode while the organ gun's moving forward. And now this is where the micro ability of Lionheart will come into his play and start getting some positive trades and get himself back into this game.
What does he send now with his shipment? He's okay. Sending a fort. I think that's
Oh
probably
god,
the
no!
correct play. You don't like
That's
that?
the worst thing Lion could have sent right now. He needs to be front foot, aggressive. We're talking either Cassador or Dragoon, probably the Cassador to kind of deal with the age 2 skirmishers on Dutch and
I
kind of
think
trade
just-
from range, but a fort just does nothing.
I don't know if Cassador would be good here because I mean you have barely any anti-cav anyways. Like you, I don't know. He's gonna lose a bank if Kevin isn't gonna.
Yeah, I mean another 7 veteran halberdiers is fantastic. Building siege, anti-cav cover, but you also you have to rely on your organs killing
Kevin
the
is
skirms as well.
Like he's H3 now. Like, okay, you take one bank down. So what? He's got the superior army. He's about to get cav veteran hussar. He's ahead economically. I mean, you do have a fort down, but oh boy.
Yeah, just imagine if
he does lose a house.
Another military shipment
Okay,
from
Reuter
Portuguese.
come in. I don't know if I want Reuter here. What Reuter gonna do? Okay, he's just gonna shove everything in and oh, maybe not. That's a lot of skirm.
You can see it's down to the micro, the drag box. Lionheart, the specialist drag boxer. Does he want the organs close to the skirm? Pulls the halbs front. What Lion really he's trying to say to Kevin is like, please follow me underneath my fort, but yeah, Kevin's not going to fall for this at all. He's no need for him to chase. He's still got 4 bank? Question mark? 3 bank? 3 bank still standing with houses. Reuters come in and the Reuters, as long as they stay away from the halberdiers, can fire over the top of them onto the organ guns and try and pick up some big damage there. And Kevin's feeling comfortable pushing out his skirm still in stagger formation. He's now seen the fort. This should change the calculation a little bit because why fight under the forts? Just move, walk past, and go to Kevin's home. Pardon me, Lion's hometown centre. You know there's about more than 15 vills there. Get them idled, get them under pressure, and see what you can do.
Yeah, now this is kind of the issue. I mean, you're going to have 5 goons on the board after the shipment comes in. You just have no movement. Like Kevin can just run all the way around the place and you're not going to be able to catch anything. Like, what are 5 goons going to do? He is doing a really good job choking off that right side of the map, which he is just evacuating everything. Like everything is about to get taken down, but it's not a big deal because pretty much all the resources are gone from there anyways. I mean, he's going to lose houses, he's going to lose his TC, but who needs a TC as port?
Yeah, Lion donating his in-base houses to Kevin, but that's not the biggest donation of the night. The biggest donation of the night could be you guys donating to the ESOC tournament funds. Remember that anything you can give increases prizes. Oh, well, look at the donation there, the pikemen to the organ guns, but that's just distraction. They were only H2 pikes, they won't get too much more done. look at the siege from Lionheart. It's all wrong side of the map compared to where he wants it to be. And Kevin's running around the map. It's just buying himself so much time. He's taking the score lead. He's probably sending it in wood crates and quite happily booming behind. And you know, Lion's out of unit shipments now. What he needs to do now is make what he
Out
has
of
remaining.
as well. Oh,
Yeah.
we see a mortar coming in. How did he get
found-
the mortar? Did he send advanced artillery? Dude, that's hilarious. And that's a good card. If we see some horse guns, dude, that's gonna be spicy.
Well, you need to burn artillery foundry for that, and he's only got the one more to just kind of put pressure and force the
issue.
full response here from Lion. Lion has to engage his army. He can't just run away anymore. He has to, you know, face up to it. But I mean, I don't rate advanced artillery as a card really much. I'd rather 1,000 coin artillery foundry and make 3 Falcon. But you know, this also works.
It's fun. That's all that matters. Yeah, we have so many Reuters. They can just kind of go in, take a snipe. I'm sure they can one-shot at this point a organ gun. Organ guns are being a little bit annoying, but not really. I mean, one goon is almost dead. Oh, he is making more organ guns though out of the fort. I don't know. We'll have to see. I would have liked to have seen at this point, like if you have 1, 2 Colts, like what do you do as Lion? Like, but you know that doesn't look like it's really gonna matter. There's no more anti-cav practically on the board. The huts just come in. It's about to get cleaned up. Then these 3 more organ guns that are on the board are about to get cleaned up as well. I would not be. Oh, actually, it goes down before he can even make it. That mortar did its job, paid the price in full. What do you do now?
Well, that was probably Lion's big moment there. He needed to try and delay the mortar from sieging the forts to allow those organ guns to hit the field. Now it's denied. He's fighting so much resources he can't quickly get them spent and put them onto the field. Kev's on a royal advantage, and I think GG is going to be called any moment now. Score lead massively in favour of Kevin. Military in lead. Kevin feel comfortable sending infantry combat, cav combat behind, and with 41 vills and 3 banks still remaining, maybe 4 or 5 at this point, we'll just happily spam the units. And you know, that's his 5th bank. He built one somewhere else, yeah, behind the TC. And it's just Kevin closing this game off nice and safely, keeping the mortar out of range but constantly working. Skirmgoon covering it, and yes, Lionheart
go down.
Yeah, there's no wells on the map, and at this point, like you don't drop docks at 17 minutes with a single dock. You either go full send underwater, or you just kind of, I mean, it's one villager on a berry bush at this point, and it's not going to give Lion that momentum to rebuild that army to the same level. Rax is going to go down, 1 castle in queue. I mean, castle's fighting, but against infantry combat skirmishers, they will lose that fight in a trade, and House only gaining value once they are connected with the Dragoon and Hussars, and Kevin will not let that happen. Not a chance. This is going to be a slow drain of Lionheart's morale, his units, his resources. His life in the tournament, this is a single elimination, and that's the sad thing about today. I was sat in the park thinking the winner will move on, the loser will have to pack their bags metaphorically and call it a day. And I think, guys, this is going to be I think we'll be saying goodbye to Lion. That's okay though, I'm sure Lion will be available to cast some games in the future rounds. We can only cross our fingers and pray to our holy lord Garja the Great. Yeah, Hound's moving forward, but they're getting decimated by the skirmisher Reuter line. There's still Hussars available, and they will close in on the castle doors, and that is going to be the GG. You have to be right now, surely. Yes, it's called, and Kevin has found his cojones. He's gone for all the reverse, not necessarily sweep, but from 1-1 to 3-1 down, gets 3 games won on the bounce to return and become an eventual 4-3 victorious over Lionheart and providing us with a fantastic series. Congratulations, Kevin. Well played. You've earned yourself the right to get into the next round. And so
Yeah,
we'll be looking forward to more content.
I think really what happened was Kevin knew more civs, or he wasted the not so good civs on all of the all the good civs that Lion had. Right? He didn't worry about trying to match all the civs that Lion had. And he was happy going to a game 7 and was confident in his ability to play all of these civs at a higher level than he thought Lion could. And I mean, it paid off. Going down 3-1, generally the odds aren't really in your favor. But Kevin, he doesn't care about odds. He cares about winning the game, and that's what he did. It's not about the little battles that you win. It's about winning the war, and the little battles, came out on top for a while for Lion, but the war, it was won by Kevin.
So, Lionheart stream now? Question mark, Kappa? Oh, yeah, I think you streamed earlier. I was still at work at that point.
Thank you guys all for watching the game.
I think we got many series tomorrow, starting off with an early one. Unfortunately, I'll be out of the house at that point, but I might be available back for the second one of the day. We'll catch up. There's about 4 series tomorrow, four best of 7s. Who's got time to watch 4 best of 7s in the day? I admire any of you who has that commitment to the course for that one. Action throughout the entire day, and more games on the weekend. Some of the big boys coming into the action now. We've seen likes of King of Osmane, bit of Robot, Tabern spotted as well. Soldier Minimolt, the highlight tomorrow. Definitely go check that series out. I think that's
that'll be a good game.
6 GMT PM, maybe area. Seems about right. It's like afternoon for Americans, evening for Europe. So check that one.
For sure. Thank you guys all for all the donations that you guys gave. It really does help us out, making better tournaments, better prize pools for all the players that are really playing for your entertainment. Hope you guys all have a great rest of your day, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I'm signing off. It's been chosen. Have a great day. Thank you for casting with me, Harrison. And thank you very much to Josh for all of your behind-the-scenes labor, getting all of this squared away, and then being our producer for the day. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, my pleasure. Good cat. Enjoyed that as well. The cat he enjoys so much. He's asleep. He's probably dreaming about DE Revolutions cards, Muskfalk, and all that other good stuff as well.
Indeed. We are off.